This Sunday, big series underway in Cleveland tonight. Scoreless with the Guardians and the Tigers, top of the second. Detroit has lost 6 in a row. They are first place in the AL Central, but the lead down to 1 game. And Cleveland is tied for the last AL wildcard with Houston. The Blue Jays clinched a playoff spot on Sunday. Toronto is hosting Boston and Lucas Giolito tonight. Toronto is first in the AL East, 2 games up on the Yankees, who are hosting the White Sox in just a couple of minutes. The Brewers clinched the NL Central title on Sunday. They're at San Diego again. The Padres clinched at least a playoff berth last night. MLB approved a challenge system for balls and strikes starting next year. Giants rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart will reportedly start this week. Tampa Bay wide receiver Mike Evans will reportedly miss 3 to 4 weeks with a strained hamstring. Oklahoma State fired coach Mike Gundy. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Dack, ack.
Enter, brother.
Come on in. With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3.
Thank you,
not
LeBron.
4.
That's right. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now, live on YouTube.
We'll do it live.
Thank you, Bill.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the odd couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington, on this Trash Talking Tuesday. No doubt. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. At least when people are still awake.
Gotta be listening.
No doubt. Write it down, commit it to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, it's 877-996-6369. And if you're back on the, it's all your fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
With that said, always remember,
Sweetie Beanie, yeah.
all right, let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my partner. He is
Kelvin.
Washington.
That's right. What up, man? Happy Trash Talking Tuesday. You know how it goes down. You and I getting ready to trash talk each other already. So everybody feeling good? Everybody good?
all good on this Tuesday, absolutely. And already the Pirates have a 4-0 lead over the Reds. Wow. In
already?
Cincinnati. Yes, we've got big games going on. Can't wait. Tigers got a big game, right?
They do.
Against the Guardians in Cleveland. No score. Scooble's on the mound.
Cleveland!
You got that. Yankees and White
Cleveland!
And the Mets are playing as well. All these games mean something as we enter the final 7 games of the year. Wow.
Yeah, they cannot. The Tigers, we were talking about this, I think I remember it was off the air, but you can't lose this game with your ace, your guy, your everything on the mound. You can't lose this game.
Yep, a lot going on. So much to do, so little time here on The Odd Couple. Let's welcome in The Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Rob G. Man, hair down, brown, and like a nice, what do you call those, brown and served buns? You know, like brown and...
Man, I don't want to hear about how he's serving up his buns. I am not trying to hear that.
Alex, you're so brown. I mean, For a
Thank
minute,
you.
I thought we had diversity and inclusion going on here at the radio network.
Nah, they had to let him go.
No,
We
right.
can't do that.
I was going to say, right.
Not right now, Rob. You can't do that right
I'm
now.
trying to make it to MLB Bro one day.
I told you, you'll be all Jackie Robinson one
I don't know. It's about to be MLB No in a minute. They ain't having that either.
Yeah, it just didn't have the same ring. All right, Steve DeSager is at the update desk. He'll keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course,
Never heard of him.
Elijah
Never heard of him.
is our social media guru. Elijah, one of the best in the business. We appreciate him, and all the social media stuff is there for the taking. All right, and we should say, be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel, and you can watch us live right on YouTube right now. That's right. We simulcast right now on YouTube, video of the two of us. Just go to youtube.com/@oddcouplefsr. Or if you're already within YouTube, just search Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Do not stop there. Hit the thumbs up icon. You can comment anything you want. Let us know who's doing the best job here on the takes. Go check it out, our brand new YouTube channel, and watch us live right now. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. And of course, the Odd Couple is sponsored by Aleve. Achy knees, stiff back, joints not cooperating. Some days your body's just like, nope, it ain't going to happen. And on those days, luckily, there's Aleve. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so that you can keep moving. Use as directed. All right, Kelvin, a lot of stuff happening. Obviously, the big Monday Night Football game, the Lions got that done, but we got a little news that we want to kick the show off with, Rob G. And it comes from Major League Baseball as we wind down the 2025 regular season. Here's news about 2026. Rob G.
Yeah, we had some real breaking news. We saw it coming. It's been building now for basically about a year, but robot umps are coming to baseball, not right away, of course, but next season, starting in 2026, Major League Baseball will implement a challenge system using the ABS system so that robot umps can determine balls and strikes. The way it works is just like in all those other sports. Teams will be able to challenge twice a game, potentially more if they get it right. And if it goes to the extra innings, they'll get a third challenge for free. But as we mentioned, the big headline here, robot umps coming to baseball 2026.
Kelvin, as you know, I've covered Major League Baseball for 39 years, going on 4 decades next year. And I'll admit, I wasn't that hot about all the changes in baseball and all the, wild card and all those kind of things. I was against it. I'm not even going to sit here and act like I wasn't. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not feeling good about this as well. Not that I don't want the umpires to get it right, because I think I do want them to get it right as much as they can. We're all human. Players make errors in the field. Managers make mistakes, right? Umpires make mistakes too. Here's what I'm frightened by. Is they tell you that it's 2 challenges a game. This is just to get started. Do you know what I mean? Once you let it out, what do they say? Once you let the toothpaste out of the tube, you can't put it back in. Because once they get going and people get comfortable with it, this is going to be full-blown, and all of a sudden every pitch is going to be determined by an umpire or not by an umpire, by some system. And here's the issue that I have. In tennis, when they hit a ball, whether it's in or out, you just have to nick the line, right?
Yeah.
Is that where we're going to be with baseball, where Aaron Judge or Shohei's up and the pitcher only has to nick the line in the corner, not throw the ball over this plate, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm able to hit those corners, even though and technically they're a strike, but is that where we're headed? And my proof positive why I'm not that keen on always having replay or whatever, the replay system in the NFL is not flawless. There's plenty of times. How many times, Kelvin, are you watching games and they still get it wrong with the replay? Mm-hmm. And in baseball, they've misused replay, especially when it comes to guys stealing bases. Kelvin, you do the Dodgers pre and post sometimes and all that, and they watch the video 8 times to see if the player's foot came off the bag even though he beat the ball there, right, and originally beat the tag, they'll look at it and go, well, his foot came up just a little bit, a millisecond, and the guy still had his glove on him. That's not what the replay was for. And that's what I'm worried about, is you start here and it opens up something way bigger.
So I'm going to work backwards like this. I look at it as iRobot, the robot, the dance, RoboCop. I'm in for it. Here's why I'm in for it, Rob. You just touched on a few things. Number one, baseball historically has been very slow to the party, slow to change. That's part of the tradition of them. So you mentioned it. Baseball under Rob Manfred has finally said, let's give some things a try. Let's add a pitch clock. Everybody, I don't know about this. It's part of the game. Let him do his thing. It's a rhythm. Actually, it's been great for the game. Everyone, for the most part, has enjoyed it. You talked about the wild card. Add more excitement. You and I, our first year together, we got to start right at the postseason last year. Both enjoyed it. It was spectacular. You look at some other things they're doing with the line shift. Nah, bro, you can't do that because, we're trying to get more offense into the game. They're trying to do things. I applaud that, and baseball, for the most part, has gotten a lot of things right over the last handful of years. This is something they will be, again, last to the party. We've seen it in all the other major sports except MLB on this grand scale of doing something like this. The reason why I'm optimistic for it is a couple of reasons. One, Rob, we've been seeing it on a high level for 15 years. They have gone out of their way every single year to add a new technology to show us the precise point of the pitch. I mean, we have a new 3D, new 4D, new 4K. Look at this angle. You're already showing me that the umpire got it wrong or the umpire got it right. So now might as well have an opportunity to make sure and ensure that they got it right or wrong. So to me, you've already enhanced the technology. You've already enhanced my appetite for it. You might as well allow it. And one thing I'll give baseball credit for, and even the NFL to an extent as well, let's experiment. That doesn't mean it's locked in, signed, sealed, delivered, or it's in blood. We can never change it. They can try it, say, ooh, that didn't work, that sucked, and then and take it away or redo it. So I'm open to trying it, and it might add some suspense to a game. You mentioned Shohei's up, and you got Scooble pitching to him or something, and he taps his hat for a review, and we're all on pins and needles to see what this massive call in the postseason will be. That could add some new element to it, a little bit of excitement to the sport. So I'm not opposed to it. I actually get your point and actually understand your point of it's college football, 4, 12, 20, 28. Like, when will they stop? So I understand you're worried there.
And it's not that is my biggest concern, is that it won't stop there, that it will continue. And my other argument is definitely, and you know this watching the NFL, they don't even with the instant replay, they don't get it right. They don't. They don't get it right.
They're gonna need umpires for the umpires and computers for the computers. Like, I feel like a Cameron song. I keep the
Nobody's
computers
perfect. I don't need perfect baseball. That's not what I'm looking for.
And
if that was the case, then every play that was mishandled, let's just go. Well, he would have made that play. Aaron Judge would have caught that ball. That was an out. We all know it. No, he has to actually catch the ball, right? He has to actually make the play.
I'm optimistic, Rob, with this one, that it is strictly for a handful of times, and it's not robot umpires, period, meaning every pitch.
That's coming.
I hope not, because one of the greatest things about sports, yes, it makes millions and billions of dollars, and yes, it's high stakes, but we all started as 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old little boys and little girls in the backyard, and there's an essence of humanity, essence of human error, essence of that I don't want to fully lose. Yes, there's a lot on the line. There's legacies. There's money. So you want to do it as best you can, and I'm okay with the advent of technology and bringing it in, but let's not 1,000%, 100% fully lose the human element. That would upset me, and I think it would upset you and most sports fans, because you need a little bit of that, because that's ultimately what we are. Humans who picked up a game they love in a backyard and sandlots.
Do we need robot players? Why? We're worried about load management, them injured, they play every day.
Well, I'm not so sure Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge aren't robots the way they play.
You know what I'm saying? At some point. All right, this is interesting, and I wonder where people are. I'm really, like I said, I'm at least honest to admit that I wasn't sure about the pitch clock, because I thought it was just a way to speed up the game for people who don't like baseball. Do you know what I mean? And that's what my guard was about the whole pitch clock idea, but it's worked, and it's taken out all the garbage of guys adjusting themselves and batting gloves and all that. That's the good part. But in this case, let's see where people are. 877-99 on Fox on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Is MLB making a mistake by bringing these robot umps into baseball? Or are you cool with it? The technology in baseball being so 21st century, is that where you are? All right, we'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
If you're ready for our virtual overlords to take over the game in the U.S. of A.
I could tell that boy was getting his sons out one time. All right, be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel as always, because of course we have all that you need. For those of you watching on there, we appreciate it. Keep watching. Also, don't forget this NFL season. Every moment counts. It's the ultimate season to score, powered by TCL, the official TV partner of the NFL. And believe me, football has never looked better. Picture this kickoff on a massive 75-inch TCL QD Mini LED TV. The brightness is stunning. The colors explode with intensity, and the motion is so smooth. You're going to feel like you're on the sidelines. Whether it's touchdowns, movies, or gaming marathons, TCL delivers performance that brings it all to life. And here's the best part. Right now,
high-scoring game, 22-9 the final score. But if you're a Chiefs fan, you got reason for optimism for two reasons. Number one, 8 of 15 on third down. They were money when they had to be. Patrick Mahomes looked about as good as he had all season. Missed a couple of passes, but overall looked pretty well. Here's Patrick after the game, though, talking about this Chiefs offense.
I feel like we were moving the ball the right way, kind of struggled there at the end of that second quarter, but was able to get points at the end. But it was just finishing the drives. And I think that's something that's important in this league is getting touchdowns, not field goals. And when you score touchdowns, it looks a lot better than when you're kicking long field goals.
They had 9 points in the first half against the New York Football Giants. 9 points.
I mean, what more do you want from the Kansas City Royals?
Okay. Okay. That might be your best line in the year. That's about the kind of score they have. Yeah, it got to be. It ain't the Chiefs.
I thought we were talking about the Royals-Giants game. The San Francisco, wasn't it?
That was awful.
But you know what? Fret not. Because the dink and dunk era is almost over. We got about 2 more weeks, Rob. The dink and dunk era will be over. Patrick Mahomes, I ain't saying it'd be 2018, 19, 2020 all over again, but it'd be somewhere in the middle of the dink and dunk we've had for a couple years, and that. Patrick Mahomes, we've talked about it a million times. You've heard me mention the third down, the big conversions. He's the best. That's why all these, when you have all these lists, they always put him number one, because when it comes down to a play, when it comes down to a game, he typically has gotten it done throughout his career. But I was watching that game, Rob, and I've been keeping it real with you. That something look off, something wasn't right about this team. They've been winning games, but you're going to need to be able to be more competitive, be more explosive at some point. And I've even questioned why the personnel. Why won't they bring in some more explosive people? But dang it, they done found one in my man, I'm calling him TTT Tizzle, Tyquan Thornton. You know what? I've never seen more optimism in missed throws than I've ever seen from Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes did not come into this season thinking that Tyquan Thornton was going to be a thing. He thought he was going to have maybe last year of Travis Kelce, obviously. He thought he was going to have Xavier Worthy back to do his thing. He thought he was going to have Rashee Rice back to do his thing. But dang it, he done found a deep threat finally. And I'm telling you what, I was watching Tyquan Thornton the last couple of games. He's caught a couple of deep ones, caught a couple touchdowns, and he is starting to be that explosive weapon they need when knowing Rashee Rice is about 3 weeks away or so. Xavier Worthy should be back next week as well. You're starting to get these guys back and starting to get the offense that we look like and go, oh, that looks familiar. That looks like the Chiefs of old. And so I got some optimism watching that, because I know what you got in your Tyquan Thornton, and all of a sudden you got a deep threat again. All of a sudden, of course, we know Patrick Mahomes continues to find ways on third down, and he's been using his leg like crazy. Not so much this past week, but the first 2 weeks, running guys over to the point of, hey, we need you. Don't need you lowering the shoulder like that. But the fact that they got Rashee Rice and Worthy getting ready to come back, along with Tyquan Thornton, which is kind of a diamond in the rough, a great find for them, now you're looking at an offense that might become explosive again. And the dink and dunk era, obviously you got to do what you got to do some games, but it's gone, and dang it, they can resemble meet me in the middle of 2020 and 2024. Find me somewhere up in the middle of there.
I don't know what game you were watching, and you need to check your streaming system, because I didn't see that. I saw Patrick Mahomes. You can make all the excuses. I'm so tired when they keep dropping the ball, as if Patrick Mahomes is the only quarterback that receivers have dropped the ball. And last night he missed receivers. He missed them. That has nothing to do with Worthy or who else is coming. Are they getting a new quarterback? I'm just 22 points against the Giants are god awful. No kicking game. I don't know what Russell Wilson was doing in the red zone down there where throwing balls to who? People in the first row?
He thought the mascot was in. I don't know what he was
I don't know what that was. I didn't see it. I see a team. You think that Kelsey watched what you watch, and that's why him and Andy Reid came to blows? Andy Reid lowered his shoulder into Kelsey. Did you see that? I mean, I thought, it was like Kelsey was touching his apple pie at the end of his meal or something. You know what I mean?
Give me them. All my guys. Fox Sports Radio. It's the Odd Couple. Rob, Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday. With the iHeart app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us and all your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart Radio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app.
In there. Did you hear that?
So it will always pop up at the top of your screen. We got Ephraim Salaam getting ready to join us here in a little bit, about 7 minutes or so. Talk some of the football headlines with him. Right now, we're taking phone calls about these robot umpires that baseball will be implementing next season. Are you in? You out? You concerned? You like it? 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
Jay in Georgia. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jay?
Yo, what's going on, Rob? What's going on, Kevin, my brother? Y'all all right?
We doing great, my man. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I was in favor of the pitch count. The pitch clock. The pitch clock. That was okay, because I thought the game lasted too long sometimes.
Right.
But I'm not in favor of this. One of the reasons why I fell in love with baseball, it was Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, the Braves or whatever. But one of the reasons why I fell in love with it was because I used to see Bobby Cox arguing with the umpires all the time because of that human element. You know what I mean? You got to have the human element in baseball. It's called America's pastime for a reason. some things just don't need to be changed or messed with. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I mean, we're all human.
Yeah, but the umpires are part of the game, and they're gonna mess up. And I want to see those managers go out.
But they ain't going nowhere though. They're still gonna be calling the balls and strikes. They're just gonna give you an opportunity to challenge.
No. That's for now.
That replay gonna take out.
You know it. Kelvin knows that. They say that. Hey, you know. I would say something, but I want to keep my job. But you know how that is. You say a little something to get started. You know what I mean, Kelvin?
I know exactly. Hey, how you think I got 3 kids, Rob?
Right?
I know exactly what you're talking about. What in the high school? That's some early. All right, let's move on. Who next?
Is this Rob G? Is that Selvin? Selwyn. I'm sorry, Selwyn in New York. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Fellas.
What's up?
Hey, how you fellas doing? I appreciate y'all taking my call.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. Doing well. Thank you.
I just want to say this. I am a baseball official for Pee Wee League, JV baseball at the high school level, and I've been doing it for about a year and a half now. And I can tell you unequivocally, for me, I think adding this element to the game is going to make the game better. Now, just like a lot of people didn't like the instant replay when it came in football, they didn't like the pitch clock when it came in baseball. There's a lot of technology that we implement that a lot of people don't like.
But wait, let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you this. You got to admit, they don't get all the calls right in the NFL. I mean, okay, even with the
yeah, you're absolutely right. They don't get them right. Okay. They don't get them right, and they don't get them right in baseball either. And I think what happens with the instant replay in football, even we watch those sometimes, and we say, "Oh my goodness, how did you miss that?" And then how did you come back out and then make this call? So it's still the human element still exists. It's still going to be there, but to call the balls and strikes, I think it levels the playing field a little bit, especially when you talk about bias. Like my own bias, I got a tight window when it comes to the outside pitch. Inside a little bit more, but the outside pitch, my window is tight. And when I do it, it's consistent, but it's still tight. Now, that might be fair for some, it may not be for others.
Okay,
but I think if we use...
I get your point, but here's my only point. Do we want Shohei striking out on a pitch that just nips the outside of that box? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm afraid of, that pitchers won't have to throw the ball across the plate, that it's about nipping the corner of that box where it's not really an ideal strike pitch. Do you get me?
No, I absolutely understand that. And that can take away some of those small, precious elements of the game that we all love.
Yes.
And just like your caller before me said, seeing those guys come up out of the dugout with their hair on fire is great to watch, right? We understand that.
I still think we're going to get it, though.
Thanks for the call. Thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I still think we're going to. That's a part. Yeah, that's a part of it. Part of it is the theatrics. Like, I'm literally doing it just
run into the video screen room and argue and say, "What are you doing?"
They're going to pull the cord out like you're going to pull your cord out before the Lions win the Super Bowl. They're going to just yank it right out.
I almost yanked it out last night. Scott,
well, you got to finish the game part. That sounded crazy.
Scott.
Alex, that sounded crazy.
Scott in Pennsylvania, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Scott?
The best 3 hours on the air, as always.
My man.
Yes, sir. What's up, Scott?
You and I agree a lot because we're fairly old school. It's sad that it is coming to this with these robot umps. We hate the ghost runner, and now they're going to put the robo umps. What are they going to do? How are they going to tell now about check swings? Are they going to do something about making sure these guys get a check swing, that it's not a strike, or you didn't swing?
No, that's why you keep the umps.
Watch. They're going to go to that as well. Like, go to the replay on a check swing. The manager will be able to, Scott, like, everyone, that was a check swing. Is that what we're going to do? Like, how many times are you going to be able to do it? Because you can get unlimited check swings right now. So if you have the video, it'll be on every swing. He swung.
You know what I'm going to say to both of you two?
Am I right?
Bah humbug to both of you.
When you think about it, it's pathetic.
I'm just saying, Scott, thanks for the call. I don't want to be that, hey, get that.
And Rob G, I can't wait till a year and a half.
With me.
He's going to love it.
Damn kids, get off my lawn!
on.
Rob
You're
G,
going to love it in a year.
You're a young guy, Rob G. What do you think? Real quick.
I'm damn near 40. Jeez Louise.
What was that? Oh, my God.
Play it again, Alex. Rob, you got to come on, man. Keep your private life private, bro.
All right.
Go ahead, old man. Rob.
No,
we'll move on.
We'll move on.
Yeah, there was nowhere to go from there. Ephraim Salaam on the way right now. It is Steve in there. Steve DeSager, what's trending?
Hello, gentlemen, and I think we've proven yet again today, as I've said on a previous show, people need to stop calling it the robo-umps. They're not robot umps. They're still a home plate umpire to administer the game or check swings or safe at home.
That's what I'm trying to tell him, Steve.
In fact, that is a completely different system, which was also tested in the minors, where the home plate umpire could have sat in a chair back at the screen because every ball and strike was called that. That's not this system. Stop calling it the robot umps. This ABS system.
This is the AP, Auto anti-lock brake system.
This is what MLB has approved for starting next year. And you can't challenge it from the dugout. As we've seen with the other experimentation of this, only the pitcher, catcher, or batter, of course, can challenge the call. As for Major League Baseball's schedule, the regular season ends this Sunday, and all the games this Sunday will start at about 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Detroit has lost 6 in a row. It is at Cleveland tonight and winning with Tarek Skubal on the mound against the Guardians. 1-0 at Cleveland in the top of the 4th inning. Tigers first in the AL Central, 1 game up on the Guardians. Cleveland is tied for the last AL wild card with Houston. Houston has the late game at the A's tonight. Miami's won 6 in a row. They are at Philadelphia, and the Phils are up 3-0 going to the 3rd. Kyle Schwarber with a home run, his 54th of the season. He has 130 RBIs. Cincinnati has won 5 in a row, but they're trailing at home in the top of the 4th. 4-2 Pirates. The Reds own the last NL wild card because they have the tiebreaker over the Mets. The Blue Jays clinched a playoff spot on Sunday. They are first in the AL East standings, 2 games up on the Yankees. The Toronto Blue Jays are underway and down 1-0 early at home to the Red Sox, bottom of the 2nd. White Sox at Yankees scoreless in the bottom of the 1st. The Brewers clinched the NL Central title on Sunday. The Padres clinched at least a playoff berth last night. San Diego will be hosting Milwaukee again this evening. The Dodgers are at Arizona. Dodgers first in the NL West, but just 2.5 games over the Padres. Arizona fighting for that last wild card. New York Giants rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart will reportedly start this week. Tampa Bay wide receiver Mike Evans will miss 3 to 4 weeks with a strained hamstring. Oklahoma State fired football coach Mike Gundy. Oklahoma Sooners QB John Mateer will have surgery for a broken hand. Could miss a month. Back to you.
All right, Steve, thank you so much. It is the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on the Trash Talking Tuesday. That'll be coming up next hour. And this isn't just a game. It is a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be part of a legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com. And dang it, our next guest is so tall he could have been a Harlem Globetrotter. Ephraim Salaam, former NFL offensive lineman, Fox Sports Radio weekend host Ephraim Salaam on X. What up, E?
How y'all doing, brothers? How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Rob, you want to start with Monday night? Last night, what we saw started off overall really good, exciting game. Looks like the Lions came more prepared, and the offense was just dominant, did whatever it wanted. What did you make from that game? What's your takeaways from that Monday Night Football?
Well, my takeaway is the Baltimore Ravens defense is really bad, and that's something we don't normally say about a Baltimore team, especially defensive-wise, because they're known for their toughness and putting pressure on opposing teams, but they're really bad. I mean, they can't stop the pass, they can't stop the run, and so this is a new dynamic. Now Lamar Jackson is going to have to be Superman. I believe he got sacked 7 times last night, which is unheard of. But, you know, again, no one was down the field. No one was open. He was trying to extend plays far too long, and he's got to learn how to just get rid of the ball. He's got to get rid of it. I know he doesn't like incompletions, but he's got to preserve himself because some of those hits were aggressive. But defensively, there are a lot of holes there, and it was a difficult game to watch because their defense hasn't been characteristically this bad bad in quite some time, if ever. Shit, I don't even remember the Baltimore defense being this bad ever. It's the last, I think. They're rated worst in the entire league.
What about Derrick Henry? Fumbleitis has taken over. I mean, and not just fumbles, like he sets up the other teams to score big touchdowns in the fourth quarter. It's pretty bad right now.
Yeah, it is, and that's something we haven't seen from Derrick Henry, even back in college.
I don't remember him as a fumbler at all.
No, ever. He's always protected the ball. But what I've noticed in those two fumbles that we've seen that cost them really the games, so to speak, is he was past the defender who came up behind him close to the line of scrimmage and kind of punched that thing out. I thought that was excellent by Hutchinson for not giving up on the play. And so once Derek passes you, he kind of forgets about you and focuses on guys in front of you and gets a little lax with that ball, and it's not held high and tight, and that thing is getting punched out from the side or from the back.
Yeah, it was disappointing for him. Obviously, we normally don't see him. He's kind of stoic. He's slamming his helmet, kind of jumping on the bench. I mean, it was definitely.
He fell on the bench. I thought he passed out the way he.
Yeah, he just collapsed. And he's too big to be collapsing.
he fainted on the bench. I was like, oh Lord, what is going on?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask him about the Giants and the quarterback change and Jaxson Dart. Is this the coach and general manager trying to save their gigs? I mean, it seems really early. They said they were going to wait on the kid, but apparently they're not waiting now. And I don't know how many quarterbacks.
Wait, Rob.
What are they?
Rob, they can't.
Okay,
they
so
can't
if he's not ready, I'm just asking.
Their jobs are gone anyway.
Okay.
Their jobs are gone anyway. So it's like, at this point, you're looking at the GM and the head coach looking at each other like, I mean, maybe we can hit lightning in a bottle, and he drags us out of this funk and gives us another year or two. But the way they were going, I said at halftime I would have started him coming out at halftime. Like, that's how bad it was in a game that was right there. The one-score game, I would have definitely just let him take over right there at home, even though it was against the Chiefs. I would have gave Jaxson Dart his start in the second half and then roll with it. I knew it was coming because the Giants' offense is really inept, and I don't know what's going on. Russell seems, he hasn't been the same since the year before he left Seattle. Yeah. But it just seems so much slower now. Right, the game is speeding up, and he's slowing down, and it's putting him in tough situations.
Ephraim Salaam, our guest, former offensive lineman, of course, weekend host with Fox Sports Radio. E, let me ask you about this one. I'm looking at the Packers, and they look like a team that obviously we all expect to do big things throughout this year. They lose to the Browns. Would they take their eye off the prize? Are the Browns just defensively that good? What happened where they only scored 10 points in that game?
Yeah, I mean, the Browns got a stout defense. I don't know if they're that good. From what we saw early from Green Bay, they were, I guess, the clear favorites coming out of the NFC. It just seemed like they had the defense clicking on all cylinders offensively. The young receivers are finally growing up, including the rookie that they have in Golden. But that's a huge step back. So now I'm scratching my head because before the season, my biggest question is Jordan Love that guy? I hadn't seen enough prior in these first two games. I was like, oh, okay, all right. But now here we go. Is he the guy or not? And I'm just not sure after this past week's performance.
I want to move to the New York Jets and Aaron Glenn. Obviously, they're off to an 0-3 start, just like his two previous predecessors in their first year, and he swore up and down it's not the same old Jets. Where are you on that? Obviously, they lost their quarterback for right now with concussion, but they just keep losing. No matter who they seem to bring in, it's really unbelievable when you think about the Jets. I mean, did you expect anything from them this year?
Coming off that first game and how they battled the Steelers, I was like, okay, offensively they got it going. Now, Justin Fields ends up getting hurt. Tyrod Taylor, who is a formidable backup, but he's not a starter anymore in this league. And I think a team that's struggling to become something that they haven't been in a long time, whenever you have key injuries, like, say, at a left tackle or a quarterback or something like that, I think it just takes you take a step back, a huge step back, because now you're trying to build on something with key players and they're missing. And so I think right now, I know Coach Glenn is trying to change. He's trying to just similar to what Detroit did, Dan Campbell. He's just trying to change the culture, but it's like, pulling teeth, man. You just never know which Jets team is going to show up, and not having the quarterback that they deem the starter doesn't help at all.
Ephraim Salaam, our guest, man. We appreciate you as always, brother. Thank you for your time.
Brother. I appreciate that. Y'all stay safe.
All right, no doubt. All right, on the way, we got Play of the Day. We also have Shekel City as well. That's all coming up. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Trash Talking Tuesday. That'll be next hour. Looking forward to seeing what you have to say to that. And real quick, we're going to have a little fun with a classic quote from a press conference, and we'll show you some of those, some classic iconic moments. We'll do that. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
I did pull out.
Jerry Jones said that the team will not have a tribute video for Micah Parsons when he returns to the scene of the crime in Jerry's world this weekend.
Hell no.
Do you agree or disagree with the Dallas Cowboys position that they will not be putting one of those video tributes up on the scoreboard? Unpopular opinion to some, but the proper opinion to most. Jerry Jones got this one right. Don't cave, Jerry. Don't do it. Don't cave, Jerry Jones. Good job by you. Listen, Micah Parsons, he didn't want to be a Cowboy anymore. Otherwise, he would have stayed there, right? So the Cowboys ended up trading him to Green Bay. He's now all of a sudden he loves Lambeau Field and all that, and I hope he enjoys that. But Micah Parsons was a box score stuffer, is what he was. We talked about it at the time he was playing for the Cowboys. This is not revisionist history. We're talking about it right now. But hollow numbers, SP, stat padding. A lot of stat padding there. Now, this is not some Super Bowl darling that was the MVP and dominated the Super Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys. In the big picture, you look at it, it's like, well, listen, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys look at Micah Parsons. So it wasn't even a cup of coffee. It wasn't even a cup of coffee, his time in Dallas. And Parsons is basically a guy who loads up garbage time fantasy points, and he did it time after time after time. All right, and so the kind of guy, again, the equivalent would be in basketball where the guy will go out there and drop 22 points in the fourth quarter, and you're like, wow, that's impressive. And then you're like, well, they were actually down by 30 at the start of the quarter. And it's like, well, it doesn't really matter. It's not that big a deal. So Jerry Jones is actually, shockingly, the grown-up in the room on this Micah Parsons video tribute thing, because the thing that so many people in sports do, they're all a bunch of saps, and it's heartstrings marketing and all that. And we've got to give everyone a video tribute and all that. I love the fact that Cowboys are not doing it. I love it. Jerry Jones is saying, hey, you might not think we have standards, but we have standards here. We're the Dallas Cowboys, and we're not just going to throw a state funeral every time some guy leaves and we trade him to another team. That's not how this operates. Right? Thank God there's somebody in sports, unlike the damn Dodgers, right, with Clayton Kershaw, who they had a losing record when Kershaw started in the playoffs, and the damn Dodgers, they went down to Tractor Supply, got some shovels, and they started digging the pitching rubber up for Clayton Kershaw like it was some kind of religious experience. It was so stupid. So dumb. I mean, did anyone over there say, what are you doing, you morons? Look how stupid we look. He's not dead. What are you doing? At least the Cowboys aren't like the Dodgers, so good for them. Good for them. And Micah Parsons is the Dak Prescott of defense. He is, right? All sizzle, no steak. It's a junk stat machine is what it is. Micah Parsons, a better comp would be, I got this, NFL's Russell Westbrook. NFL's Russell Westbrook, where you look at the numbers, you're like, whoa, getting a little turned on here. Those are good numbers, right? And then you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Another triple-double, another triple-double, another triple-double. Meaningless, empty. And Jerry Jones, of all people, Jerry Jones, drawing a line in the sand. Good old Jerry Jones here. Imagine that. Jerry freaking Jones acting like the adult at the table. Yeah, that's things I cannot believe. Things I cannot believe there. Tells you all you need to know. All you need to know about the Micah Parsons experience there in Jerry's world. And if Jerry, of all people, who loves a promotion as much as anybody, but he's like, well, the Cowboys don't retire numbers. They're not going to do a sizzle video for a guy that didn't want to be with the Cowboys and then took off, be a trade, and not like the Cowboys miss him. They would have sucked if he had stayed there. Now they suck without him, but they're the same team they would have been whether Parsons is there or not. A bad team.
Fox Sports Radio, the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on the Trash Talking Tuesday.
I ain't paying for that.
Next hour, about an hour from now, actually.
Who was that saying that?
I ain't paying for that.
I ain't paying for that. I don't know who was that. LeVar Arrington? I don't know who that was.
Jonas Knox.
Oh, is that Jonas?
I ain't paying for that.
You sure that ain't LeVar?
Why? I got to
Not
be
the King of Mountain.
right?
I'm talking a little LeVar-ish. All right. Well, it is now time for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
How'd you do?
All right, 1-2 last night. I'm now 19-20 on the year. Here we go. Yankees minus 1.5 against the White Sox. 1.5 runs. That's my best bet. I got the Cincinnati Reds minus 1.5 taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates in Cincinnati.
They're getting smacked, right?
No, it's 4-2. 4-2 Pittsburgh right now. 4-2. Yankees are leading 1-0. They just scored a run. And I got Cleveland plus 1.5 against Scooball. Right now, if the game were to end right now, I'd win because it's the Tigers 1-0. And Cleveland's getting 1.5 runs against Scooball. Wow.
Yeah.
So again, Yankees best bet minus 1.5. Cincinnati Reds minus 1.5. And the Cleveland Guardians plus 1.5. And remember, Kelvin,
Cleveland!
I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet. And all those people on YouTube, stop belly aching. We're going to get to the Lions, Ravens. They're like,
the streets want to know. Listen,
we ain't avoid anything. We're a nighttime radio show.
We are topicals. We got to hit the news of the day. What's going on?
And we're going to get there.
We're going to get there.
Hang on, Sloopy. Hang on.
Fret not. We'll get there in the next top of the next hour here, coming up in just a little
I
bit.
have plenty of time to poo-poo the Lions win over Baltimore.
I got
Don't worry
plenty
about
of time
it.
to go in on your mans.
That's all right.
It is time now for play of the day.
Goff takes, turns, gives to Montgomery. 2 hands on that football. There he goes over the right side. 25, 20, cuts to the right at the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Demo to the house, 31 yards. And the Lions have put this game on ice.
Was that Dan Miller? Lions radio right there.
Yeah, he used to do a segment of my old radio show in Detroit.
Yeah, that was my guy.
It was Dan Miller, the time killer. That was the name of the segment.
Yeah, hey, kill some time, Dan Miller. That was my guy. My first intern, the internship was at Fox 2 News in Detroit. He was the sports, sports lead.
Still
sports guy
is.
there. Yeah, I know. Ran into him randomly at the White House. Long story. Just visiting like tourists on stuff. He was just there. All right, so there's your play of the day. It's brought to you, of course, by Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and where they drive, ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installations like mobile tire installation. Go check it out, TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. And we got some sad news if you're part of the Gundy family. But Mike Gundy has been fired.
Or if you're Doug Gottlieb. Go ahead.
If you're he's defending him. Mike Gundy fired as Oklahoma State head coach. Him, the mullet, all the hot takes and all the crazy stuff we hear from him at the press conferences are gone. Maybe play a little end of the road, Alex, or something. But with that, go ahead.
I was going to say, for years, I thought he was saying one thing in that drop that everybody played, but I think we slowed it down and we played it, and now I think we heard something different.
Let me hear it.
Right? We heard it differently now. And now this makes sense because at one time I thought he was saying one thing, right? I'm 40. I'm a man, right?
Yeah.
But the second part, though, I think we got wrong. I think we could finally hear it.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
That's what we thought it was. And then we did our own research and we figured out.
What we find out?
I'm a man. I'm
fired. He said I'm fired. Listen closely.
I'm a man. I'm
fired. See?
Yeah, you know what?
It was a precursor.
He was Nostradamus up in this thing. He was a prophet. He knew it was coming in advance. 18 years ago, because for the record, he's 58 now. 18 years ago, he was ahead of the curve. He knew he was fired.
It was classic, though, when we heard that. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm 40. Come after me. I was talking to a reporter because I think the reporter was critical of a player or something. He had a heart attack. My God, that somebody wrote something bad about a player in the newspaper. I'm just like, what is? Why are people so worked up? You read the clips when it's the good stuff, don't you?
Oh yeah. Well, this person deserves a Heisman consideration. This person's balling out of control.
Right.
This person threw a couple interceptions and looked bad.
For all the
come after me. I'm a man. That's what for the record. That's what I have to say all the time. You on the Odd Couple? Dang, with Rob. I'm a man. I'm 40. Come after me. I always got to defend you, Rob, out here.
I'm a man. I'm fired.
Rob G, do you have to defend me to your friends too or not? I want to be
all the time.
Why? They think I'm out of pocket?
I don't know how you do it with Rob Parker sometimes. I don't get it.
What do you mean they don't get it?
Yo, I'm walking around Spectrum News. Shout out to Spectrum News 1. We're on the morning anchor. And I walk around and people just shake their head. I'm like, hey, what's up? Man, I was listening to you guys yesterday. Hey, Dub. Yo, what's up? Man, another 3 hours of Rob tonight, huh? Yeah. Good luck.
Oh, wow. People don't want the real. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Rob G, that's what we're going to tell you. Yeah. That's what it is.
Rob G, it's all right. No, I hope you defend me. I hope you defend me.
I always do. I say there's a method to the madness that you don't know about.
Yeah, that's what I tell them.
Rob is honest. I'm a man.
I wouldn't go honest, but
you are a man or a woman, one or the other.
I'm a man. Where's that tape, Alex? We never run that.
No, we just run that you're a woman.
He didn't look at that. He didn't record that. I'm a man. I'm a woman. See, there you go. I'm
What's
a woman.
Okay, that's a great one. What about practice? I mean, playoffs. Playoffs. You got that one. You got you play to win the game. Which one? Which some of the best football ones we got? They are who we thought they are. Any of those?
I love Dennis Green. That one's good. If you want to crown him, go ahead and crown him. That was after a Monday night game. I'll never forget that. He was
Watching
banging
that
on the
live.
podium. You remember that?
Mike Singletary taking his pants off, talking about, and what was the other things? Can't win with him. Can't win with him. We've had some iconic ones for sure.
No doubt.
Playoffs, that's been one of the best ones too, man. Mike Gundy, RIP to your career at Oklahoma State.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio. You ready? Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Francisco Lindor hit a leadoff homer for the Mets, but they've fallen behind 2-1 at the Cubs in the bottom of the first inning. Cubs have lost 4 in a row. Mets and Reds currently tied for the last NL wildcard spot, but Cincinnati owns the tiebreaker. Reds, who've won 5 in a row, are losing at home tonight. Pittsburgh up 4-2 at Cincinnati. The game's in the bottom of the 5th inning. Also in progress, Blue Jays getting shut out early at home. Toronto is the first-place team in the AL East, 2 games up on the Yankees, but Boston leads 1-0 at Toronto, bottom of the 3rd. Yankees winning 1-0 over the White Sox, top of the 3rd. Phillies up 3-0 over the Marlins in the top of the 5th inning. Kyle Schwarber with his 54th homer. The Tigers have lost 6 in a row, but they're winning at Cleveland tonight, 1-0, top of the 6th. Tigers 1 game up on the Guardians in the AL Central. Major League Baseball approved a challenge system for balls and strikes starting next year. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 here on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. And be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel, and you can watch us live on YouTube. That's right. We'll simulcast right now on YouTube with the video of the 2 of us. And don't mind that barbecue sauce I have on. Trying to wipe it off my beard. Sorry about that.
I was wondering what that was.
Or if you're already on the YouTube system there, all you need to do is search Odd Couple FSR. That's right. Check us out. Push the thumbs up icon, comment away. Tell us how good we're doing on our takes, all that and much more. And, of course, achy knees, stiff back, joints not cooperating. Some days the body's just like, nope. And on those days, luckily, there's a Aleve. Just 1 pill and Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief for you so you can keep moving. Use as directed. Lot to get to in hour number 2, including trash talking. Trash Talking Tuesday coming up in about 40 minutes. Your chance to trash anyone, anything in the world of sports. And we'll give you 30 or 40 seconds without interrupting you. And you can say you want to trash Kelvin. You know, I get it. You know, sometimes you have to block some calls because it's just too often, too many, which is fine. Hold on,
wait, Rob. My phone's calling. Somebody, hello? No, about 45 minutes. They already lining up on my phone to trash you, man. They need 45 more minutes, y'all. 877-9905.
Rob Sterling Jr.
All right, before we get to this next topic, which we'll get to, Rob G., you got some YouTube comments. And are they ripping Kelvin already?
Oh, the Odd Mob is in full effect right now on YouTube.
What they talking
There's
about?
a slew of comments. I don't know if I should read all of them. Some of them are off color, but they're really funny. But one of them I thought would be perfect to lead into this next segment here. This one comes to us courtesy of Will on YouTube. Kansas City barbecue sauce or Carolina barbecue sauce for Rob Parker's back? Because we talking Lions.
I don't want any sauce on my...
You got all the sauce on your back, brother.
I'm a woman.
You got Sweet Baby Ray's, Open Pit.
I need baby oil.
It's all on your back.
And then he continues, Lions segment next. I brought the barbecue to glaze over Rob Parker's back. The grill is ready.
Let's cook. Where do we begin?
Is that it?
That's the only one I'm reading. I'm not reading anything else.
Yeah,
that was
please.
perfect for what we're talking about right here.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and get there. I'm a fan of Sweet Baby Ray's. By the way, you couldn't have convinced me Sweet Baby Ray wasn't a black dude. Have you ever seen Sweet Baby Ray? I just knew that was Sweet Baby. I thought it was Sweet Baby Ray Johnson or something. I just had in my mind, I had an idea what he looked like. He ain't what I thought he looked like. But let's get to this game last night. We were able to see the first half, or about the first half together. So good game. But I walked away from there with a couple takeaways, Robs, both of y'all, and YouTubian. Shout out to YouTube. Number one, fret not. We were concerned about the coordinators, Ben Johnson leaving, Aaron Glenn leaving, and rightfully so. I understand that you lose your coordinators who were both implemental to what you were doing, instrumental, I should say. I understand that. But dang it, these coordinators look good right now. They have found ways to put up a 50-piece on the Bears. Mind you, that is Ben Johnson, who supposedly knew everything about the team, knew everything they were going to do. He's been there all those years. He knows the roster. He knows all this. It looked like they knew him, and they destroyed what he was trying to do to a 50-something piece. Barbecue, speaking of, looked like barbecue chicken, as Shaq would say. Then you come into this game against I have in the Super Bowl, you have winning the Super Bowl, and obviously a guy who competes for an MVP every year, and guy who competes for Offensive Player of the Year, and Derrick Henry. And they come in, and you're able to put up 38 on this team, 426 yards. Here's the most important part. 224 rushing yards to their 85 rushing yards, and that includes Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson rushing. Only 85 yards. So I look at this game, a couple of things. Now, I think the Lions have something that I am big on, and you know this. You've been doing our radio with me for a year. An identity, Rob. They know who they are, what they do, how they do it, no matter who. And that, to me, is attributed to Dan Campbell, gambling Campbell. He gambled even when I was having heart attacks, and I was rooting for him. He's going for it early as heck, first quarter, fourth down, going for it. He ends up being 3 for 3 because that's what they do. Even to ice the game, they're up 8. Why would you do this? You punt it, you're up 8. He goes for it. They throw a 4th and 2, and it ends up being like a 25-yard pass. Dan Campbell knows exactly who he is. He knows exactly what this team is, and he knows exactly what they're capable of doing. And to me, I watched that game, and they look more prepared. They look more in sync. They look more united. They play tougher. They play faster. And I looked at them, and that was the contrast to Baltimore. Baltimore didn't look like they knew who was going to close. I call it ABC. If you're in sales, anybody listening to sales know what ABC means. Always be closing. And the Baltimore Ravens, they don't know how to close for whatever reasons. I have them going to the Super Bowl, but it makes you nervous picking them because they struggle closing games. And you don't know if it's Lamar. You don't know if it's John Harbaugh, who you've mentioned and been critical of. You don't know if it's the defense that's going to let them down. Defense, Ray Lewis rolling around in his bed. Ed Reed rolling around in his bed right now the way that defense looks this season. So I look at this game, and I walked away looking at Dan Campbell and looking at that Lions team saying they know exactly who they are and what they do. Going to run the ball. They're going to smash it down. They're going to get after you defensively. They might not have the greatest defensive players individually, but as a collective, they're going to get after you. And they're going to go for it on 4th down, whether you like it or love it. I hope he changes it a little bit in the postseason. That's a story for another day. But I just looked at that and said, wow, they know exactly what they are, and that's why they play well. And that's why I still obviously have them going to the postseason. But I was disappointed in the Ravens, the way they always look frazzled. They don't look like they know what they're doing. The Lions come out, they know exactly what 4th down they're running. They know exactly what play they're running on 3rd down to get to the 4th down. They know exactly that they're going for it. And they look steady. The Ravens don't look steady when they're down or when it's close or when they look frazzled and weird at times. And again, who's going to be the person to step up? Is it John Harbaugh in his scheme, and he's going to change, and he's going to find a way to stop the run or find a way to put Lamar in better situations? Or is Lamar going to say, screw everybody on here, I'm going to get it done? I walked away like that's why we all have a little angst with the Ravens at times, because he's the best player. He's so skilled. So is Derrick Henry. But you walk away like, I don't know. And that was disappointing to see from the Ravens. But great game from the Lions. They're exactly in a great position. You have the Browns. You have the Bengals. If you win that and you're up 4-1 right now in the season, that is a tremendous, tremendous start considering you lost your coordinators. And some people, like one I sit next to, said you ain't even going to make the postseason. Barbecue!
Are you done with that lame take of the Lions? They know exactly what they're doing. They know what. Did they know what they were doing against Green Bay? No, they did not. Can they bank on 250 yards on the ground every week? No, they can. Did you see how easily Baltimore was able to score on them?
No, I don't.
Yes, and the other one is if you're going to get a gift fumble where you're able to cash it in, of course that's going to help you. I looked at this game. I didn't come away with the Lions are great. I came away with the Ravens have let down Lamar. The coaches let them down. The defense, they give up 40 points every night. They haven't done anything. The Lions didn't do anything special. Buffalo got 40 points. The defense is terrible. That's what I'm talking about. The fumbles, costly fumbles. Yes, the Lions got their Christmas gift, and the Lions got their Christmas wish. That's what this was. You'll look back on this, and this will be the Lions Super Bowl. This game right here. Celebrate all you want. This will be the game, and you'll go back and go, man, what happened to that team when they beat the Ravens in week 3 and we beat them in Baltimore? Then I thought they were on their way, and then they all of a sudden lost to Cleveland in some other game, and I didn't know what happened there. Really? I didn't walk away with the Lions. I walked away with how bad Baltimore played and what they didn't do and how they can't secure the ball and how they have a coach, I told you, who should be fired because this is happens over and over and over. How many times are we going to see this?
So why are you so high on the Ravens then? If they gave up,
because they have the
7
greatest
sacks.
player. They have the greatest player in the league right now. That's why I'm high on him.
A-B-C.
That's why I'm high on him.
Why can't Lamar close the game?
You just asked me that.
Why can't Lamar close the game?
Dude, stop it with the Lamar,
and
man.
you
That's
know, I said he's the best player.
Dumb.
Why
That's
can't
dumb.
he close the game?
They can get 250 yards on the ground. What does that have to do with Lamar?
Why can't he close the game?
No, that has
I
nothing
didn't
to
say
do
he
with
had to
Lamar.
go tackle people.
Come on,
Why
man.
can't he close the game?
You can't do anything with that when your
Why
defense
can't
is
he
like
close
that.
the game?
Stop. That's ridiculous coming off of that game.
Why can't Lamar
Come on,
Jackson
man. Why
put
can't
his foot
Derrick
down?
Henry hold on to the football? Come on.
Exactly.
That ain't got nothing to do with
what's
Lamar.
disappointing about
That's
that
just
team.
a lazy take. Let's pile on Lamar.
Look,
Lamar had nothing to do with that game. He got sacked 7 times. The star running back coughed up another fourth quarter football that turned into points, and you can't take a stop on defense. Come on, man.
Lamar Jackson
do
is the best player
real
in football
analysis.
I need him to
Stop
be the
with
best
that,
player
Lamar.
when I need
Stop
him to
talking
make a
about
play.
just the big names.
Lamar
That's
Jackson
ridiculous.
cannot make
That's
a play
the
when I
dumbest
need him
thing
to
I've
make a
heard
play at times.
in 19
that has
years
been
on the
documented.
radio. It
It's
makes no
okay to be
sense.
critical of him.
This
Rob,
makes
it's
no
okay. I
sense.
promise you.
No, it
it's
has nothing
okay.
to do with it. Just
I promise you he
no,
has
it
games.
had nothing to do
I
with
promise
that.
you he doesn't make every play. I promise you he doesn't make every pass.
But last night had nothing to do with Lamar.
Did you watch the game?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
I did too.
Then there's no way you walked away from that thinking that Lamar Jackson played well. Nobody's questioning that. He eternally, for the 97% of his games, he's going to play well. But what's the difference? Why do we talk about Patrick Mahomes? Why do we talk about Josh Allen?
Give me the game where Mahomes' defense gave up 250 yards on the ground.
I'm glad you asked.
250 yards on the ground.
How about
God.
every single playoff game he played on a run, he was down 10 and he found a way to win and won a Super Bowl? How about that?
Do you got
Lamar Jackson
250 yards on the ground and your running back coughs up the ball in the fourth quarter?
And you're still in the game.
Stop it. No, you can't keep doing
of those
that.
rushing yards came on that last touchdown to ice the game.
You can't keep doing that. You can't
have
keep doing
to,
that.
at some point, say, Lamar Jackson, I need a bit more from you to close games.
I'm not
Not
buying
just
that.
be best. We know you're not buying it because you have an issue with Evercombe. You have an issue.
I watched them in San Francisco blow out the 49ers on Christmas Day. I've seen plenty of games with Lamar.
Nobody said he's been an MVP, Rob.
Plenty.
But I need you to when you're not in a front running situation.
It ain't no front running.
Can you close the game, Lamar?
He threw a ball to Mark Andrews last year in Buffalo, and what did he do? He dropped it. But Lamar can't get it done. Hey, go watch the tape. Go watch the tape. They marched the team down. Go watch the tape. They marched down in a minute and 30 seconds and tied the game.
It's okay.
Stop.
He might win an MVP this year. It's okay, Rob.
No.
Lamar Jackson
I'm trying
can
to
be
tell
better
you, you didn't
in
watch
clutch
the
time.
game.
And you know what's funny?
Flowers against Kansas
You know what's
City.
funny?
Zay
Lamar
Flowers
Jackson
fumbled
would
the ball
agree
at
with
the
me.
2-yard line.
If
Come
Lamar
on,
Jackson
man.
was right
what does
here,
it have to do with Lamar? He fumbled the
Lamar
ball.
Jackson would say, "Hey, yo, Dub, You're right. I got to be better. I got to close games out. Nobody's saying that Derrick Henry didn't fumble. You know how many things happen to great quarterbacks in or out of game, and they can find a way. And Lamar is too talented to not be able to find a way at times when it's critical, at times when he's down.
I just think it's lazy, and this is what people do. You'll bang on Lamar all you want, and then he'll win, and you'll change your tune. And I get it. No, I get it.
He's too
because
good
you know what
for
it takes?
He's had
you know
too
what
many
it takes?
games,
All he
Rob.
has to do is win one. Just like John Elway couldn't win, and he won his last 2 Super Bowls his last 2 years, and guess what? John Elway is an all-time great, and he was always great.
And Lamar Jackson is an all-time great, which is why we expect
I'm not
this from him.
buying that.
If Lamar Jackson wasn't an all-time great,
You can't give up 40 points every game.
Guess
They
what?
lost 2 games, and they gave up 40 points. And Lamar's the reason? And your star running back fumbled in both of those games in the fourth quarter? My God.
So Lamar is going to
give me something clean.
So guess what? So Lamar Jackson is going to look up and will have played 7-8 more years of amazing football. And at some point, we're going to find the defense did this. His coach didn't do that. Derrick Henry fumbled that. At some point, he has to be able to say, I have been this good. And watching that game last night, there were too many moments that when they go for it on goal line against the Lions, they just running plays. They're just out there doing stuff. Like they're not built. They're not situated to absolutely go exactly what they're doing. And Lamar has to find ways. It's on him. He knows it. If he's sitting next to me, he would say, you are right. Now, not every game. There's going to be games where defense lets up this or Derrick Henry fumbles 5. But we're saying when I need to depend on him, at times, he has faltered.
All right. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. That's the phone number.
Did you just get starving in the middle of this?
Is Lamar Jackson not a closer for the Baltimore Ravens? I don't like this question at all. We'll continue the conversation next with you. It is the Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay. Can you do it for me? I'm parched.
I'm not doing it right now. You over here eating while I'm doing this. Boy, I tell you, you lucky. I love you like a play cousin. I'll do it. All right, let me tell the good people about what we have going on with TCL. So if you're in the mood for a TV, check it out. This NFL season, every moment counts. It's the ultimate season to score, powered by TCL, the official TV partner of the NFL. And believe me, football has never looked better. Picture this. Kickoff on a massive 75-inch TCL QD Mini LED TV. The brightness is stunning. The colors explode with intensity, and the motion is so smooth you'll feel like you're on the sidelines. Whether it's touchdowns, movies, or gaming marathons, TCL delivers performance that brings it all to life. And here's the best part. Right now, TCL is giving fans unbeatable savings with up to 50% off select models across the lineup. There's a TCL built for your home, bigger screens, sharper details, smarter technology, all at a price that makes sense. Don't just watch the games, own it. TCL is the official TV partner of the NFL, available at all major retailers. Visit TCL.com for details. TCL, the ultimate season to score.
Let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, who were down big to the Rams, right?
Yeah, they were getting smacked.
What was it, 20?
They were down by 19 points. They were down
19.
huge, to quote our president. Huge.
It was huge, right. We could do without that.
The biggest point differential I've ever seen.
Yes.
Huge.
Okay.
I didn't say it. They said it.
Okay.
They did.
And my hands are not small. Okay.
Look, got to hit him with this. Got to hit him. YouTubers see me right now.
Right.
Y'all are the worst.
You're going to get that.
Yes.
No, but yes, they were down big, and it was so bad, in fact, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense had one net passing yard in the first half.
Yep. That's
You know how hard it is to have one net passing yard in today's NFL?
The Bengals even know about that.
Exactly.
When they had 7
exactly
yards offense.
But in the second half alone, Jalen Hurts just on passes 10-plus air yards down the field. 7 of 9 for 154, 2 touchdowns. Over the course of the game, again, after having 1 net passing yard in the first half, he finishes with 226 through the air, 40 rushing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, including the game winner, and 1 rushing touchdown. Guys, Jalen Hurts has now won 17 straight games as a starter. In those 17 games, this is Lamar Jackson level, 43 touchdowns.
Listen to these numbers.
5 turnovers, 1 Super Bowl ring, 1 Super Bowl MVP.
I don't know what else he has to do to make people feel better about him. We talk about it all the time. Big game. He came up big in the second half, right, when they needed him. Okay. Saquon Barkley last year, they stopped him from running in the Super Bowl. No problem. I'll get you a Super Bowl. The Super Bowl that he lost, he played better than Patrick Mahomes in, other than the fumble that turned the game around. Would you agree with that, right?
Listen, the man has been balling when need to. Prime time.
And I'm just saying, okay. It doesn't have to look like everybody's winning formula doesn't look the same. We talk about it all the time. Justin Herbert looks like a effing quarterback, doesn't he? Big. He just does. If you were building him in the lab, that's what you would build.
That's it.
It just is. But Jalen Hurts, you don't win 17 games in a row, including postseason. Super Bowl MVP, where everybody and their uncle, the week of the Super Bowl, what'd they all say? Came on. Here's how you beat the Eagles. Stop Saquon, and then Jalen's going to have to throw the ball. And guess what? Guess what is that he won? And changed the script on everybody. This year, the first 2 games, the Eagles won, but look at Jalen Hurts. He don't have a passing touchdown. Wasn't that it? Wasn't that the conversation? And this wasn't like it was a block party, and it literally was with the kids.
It was a block party. About to say, what do you mean? I thought Dikembe Mutombo, God bless his dad, was out there. But you get my point,
like, he wasn't just piling on because they were front running and big. No, they were down big. They needed him. They needed him to throw the football in order for them to win and come back. That's what was impressive. The Rams. Me and Sean King had a big blow up on Friday. He ain't text me back. Where was he? I almost wanted to get on the plane, get a $40 flight to Las Vegas on Spirit and show up to his house.
I told Rob G about it. I said, hey, yeah, we were talking about this. I said, by the way, Rob got asked Sean about. He's like, what? I said, calling him Matthew Stafford the best quarterback in the league. Went crazy. You bothered me at the microwave. I was trying to heat up my food. You still bring it up.
I'm like, what?
Leave me alone.
All I'm saying is, in that game, which was a big game, when you say that,
absolutely,
that was one of those games
right here.
That was one of those games.
Maybe better because both teams are undefeated.
And but the idea that the Rams had this big lead on the road and they wound up giving it up. So I don't know. Jalen Hurts. I don't know what's not to like. Here's a guy. I just don't. Like, you can tell me whatever.
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday, which is coming up in about 20 minutes or so. So looking forward to hear what you guys have to say about that. And it isn't just a game, no. It is a once-in-a-generation event, the Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be a part of a legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com. Rob and I taking some calls. That's how you know it's a good topic, and we're going at it because normally we wouldn't do this on Trash Talking Tuesday, but we said, dang it, we want to hear from y'all. 877-99 on Fox. Lamar Jackson, how did you phrase the question again? Is he not getting it done in crunch time? 877-99 on Fox. Take some calls. Who we got?
John in Clovis, California. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, John?
Oh, man, I'm with you, Rob, on this. Detroit got lucky on them fourth downs. You don't always pick up them fourth downs, and Baltimore was right there, even though they gave up all those yards and all that rushing. You can't put that on Lamar. It's a team sport. Danny Marino was fantastic for years. He never won a Super Bowl. It's a team sport, and you got to be clicking on all cylinders. And sometimes the other team gets a little lucky on some play calls the right call. I mean, who picks up 3 fourth down plays?
Have you watched the Lions over the last 4 years?
I have, and they haven't gotten to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I have watched them.
They haven't gotten to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
What a barometer, Rob.
Did you watch them
What a
last
barometer,
year?
Rob.
Did you watch them last year?
So let's just go down.
in the
Every
NFC
team
Championship
stands for the
game?
Eagles and
Did you see that?
the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Lamar ain't got to the Super Bowl. You want to do that?
No, I'm just saying.
For all them MVP.
For all the talk you talk about the Lions and Dan Campbell.
That's the barometer you're doing. Josh Allen ain't been in the Super Bowl. Go give his MVP back, Rob.
When they have the big games, they don't win, and that's the
give his one back.
No, that's your Dan Campbell. The two biggest games that in the Dan Campbell era, one at home and one with a 20-point lead at half. They didn't win either one of those games.
And everybody stands for the Eagles and the Chiefs, basically. Ain't been in the Super Bowl, and I don't know how long either.
Kevin in Culver City, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Kevin?
God is good.
All the time.
Hey, this is what I love about this show. The passion from Rob. I mean, I'm totally with you, Rob. Here's the issue. It was Marlon Humphreys thinking it's going to be a run, leaving St. Brown open on the 4th and 3. You're a Pro Bowl nickel cornerback.
Thank
Your job is supposed to go with the slot guy. It's the defense. Raekwon Smith getting blitz and bully for David Montgomery running 75 yards. What are they doing? The defense has been terrible. 41 points against the Bills. Again, their butts kicked against Detroit. It's not a Lamar Jackson problem. Ronnie Stanley's got to be better and not give up 8 sacks to the Lions. Lamar can't do anything. Nobody can do anything with 8 sacks, getting sacked. You can't throw the ball.
Thank you.
They're in your face whenever you turn around. So John Harbaugh has got to figure out why his defense is getting lit up. Because if they're playing like this, the Chargers will kick their ass.
Right.
The Bills will kick their ass, and they won't win anything.
Yes.
Simple as that.
I mean, you cannot play this kind of football. And this is where they are. That's why I have a problem with John Harbaugh. I really do. Paul in Minnesota, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Paul?
Guys, I haven't ever called you. Hey, nice to meet you.
Thank you,
Appreciate the call, Paul.
I'm glad. Hey, Paul, what made you call tonight then?
Dude, I'm a lifelong Lions fan. I live in Minnesota and I work in Wisconsin. So the Packers have been ordained the Super Bowl champs already, but I got news for you. The Lions are better than they were the last 2 years. They just were knocking the rust off that first game. You guys watch. Lamar Jackson didn't have a problem with anybody. The Lions are better. That's why they lost.
Okay. Call back when the Lions don't make the playoffs, Paul. Thank you.
Oh, but he'll what in 2031 you want him to call? Appreciate the call, Paul.
Gunner in Minnesota, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Gunner?
What's up, you guys?
How are you?
Long-time Carolina. I'm doing all right.
All right,
long-time Carolina fan here. I'm saying Lamar reminds me of Cam Newton when he was good. And he's to be a closer, like Keo said. He's a closer. I can see it right now. He'll get the Super Bowl one of these years, maybe this or next year, and hopefully win it.
I'm hoping he's going to win a Super Bowl. He's one guy that I do believe will win a Super Bowl.
And the crowd,
I really
with
do.
You. I'm on record saying he's too good.
There's no way. Like if you watch him when they play, and thanks for the call. We watched even last night how quickly they could score, what a difference he makes on the field. If you just came out from Mars and just put on and somebody said, watch this game and look at this guy, who's the best guy out there, I don't care if you had never watched football, you would know he's the best guy.
You would say Matthew Stafford.
Okay. I don't even remember who said that now because it was so off the wall. All right.
That was Sean King.
Oh, Sean King. I wasn't down with the King on that one.
You were not down with the King.
All
I told
right,
you, wouldn't even let me heat my food up. You were still yelling at him.
Rob G, you got YouTube stuff?
I got a lot of stuff coming in on YouTube. Shout out to Elijah. I know you never heard of him, but he put out a poll on the YouTube page just so the odd mob could weigh in on this topic because the phone lines are lit up like a Christmas tree. Real quick, easy question. Who had the best take on Lions-Ravens? Rob, 30% of the vote. Kelvin, 70% of the vote, which has inspired a slew of comments. Sean, a buddy in Sacramento, says Rob just texts his nephews to call in. That poll was 75% against his take. Mario says Melvin is annoying. Sounds like Seinfeld whining. Come on, Rob, get him.
There you go.
Nelio says Rob likes lemon pepper wings, so I hope he likes this crow lemon pepper too. Dub cooked it well for him because that was a bad take by Rob. And then last but not least, Courtney Smith says Rob Parker stressing out trying to defend his guy Lamar. Started choking on the air.
Typical Melvin. You see what they're saying about you out there? I'm just saying.
Hey, I do, Schnob. Ain't that your name? What you say? Hey, shout out to the YouTubians. I mess with y'all too, man. Hey, do we want to get him to start?
Just don't read the comments, okay? That's all. I'm just saying.
No. I what you mean? He just read the comments. What you want me to do?
I'm talking about all of them, not the select.
First of all, I got a whole wife, kids, 2 6 giant. I'm about to read all these comments. All right. Trash Talking Tuesday, about 15 minutes away. Looking forward to that. Right now, it is Steve DeSager. What's trending?
The Detroit Tigers have lost 6 in a row, and they've just given up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th to fall behind. It's now bottom of the 7th, Cleveland. With Scooble on the mound.
Oh, shoot.
3-2 Guardians over the Tigers, bottom of the 7th. Scooble went 6 innings, 1 earned run allowed, 8 strikeouts. This was the 3-run rally for Cleveland. Bunt single, bunt air, infield single, wild pitch, balk, RBI ground out. There's the lead. The Tigers have the lead for the moment in the AL Central, but it's just 1 game up on the Guardians, a Cleveland team that had won 15 of 16 until Sunday. Miami has won 6 in a row. They're at Philadelphia and getting shut out tonight. Phillies 3-0 in the lead, top of the 7th. Kyle Schwarber with his 54th homer. To the 7th inning, Pirates still leading at Cincinnati 4-2. The Reds currently own the last NL wildcard spot because they have the tiebreaker over the Mets. Mets are down 5-1 at the Cubs after 3 innings. A Cubs team that has lost 4 in a row, but they pounded the Mets starter David Peterson. He was out in the 2nd inning. Also in progress, Boston at Toronto tied 1-1 top of the 5th. Yankees lead 1-0 over the White Sox in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rangers have lost 7 in a row, but they're up 1-0 against the Twins. 2nd inning for what it's worth. Among the late games, Dodgers at Arizona. The Diamondbacks are 1 game out of the last NL wildcard behind the Reds and the Mets. The Padres will be hosting Milwaukee again. The Padres clinched at least a playoff berth last night, and Padres shortstop Xander Bogaerts is off the IL. Seattle's won 4 straight. Will be hosting Colorado this evening. The Mariners first in the AL West, 3 games over Houston after getting 3 wins at Houston over the weekend. MLB approved a challenge system for balls and strikes starting next year. New York Giants rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart will start this week against the Chargers instead of veteran Russell Wilson. The Giants signed kicker Younghoe Koo to their practice squad. Graham Cano has a groin injury. Tampa Bay star wide receiver Mike Evans will reportedly miss 3 to 4 weeks with a strained hamstring. Washington wideout Terry McLaurin is seeking other medical opinions on his injured quad. Oklahoma State fired coach Mike Gundy in his 21st year there. He's now owed $15 million. Oklahoma Sooners quarterback John Mateer will have surgery for a broken hand. He could miss a month, including the game against Texas in October. Back to you.
Rob and Kelvin on a Trash Talking Tuesday. And if you got achy knees, stiff back, joints aren't cooperating, with some days your body is just like, nope, And on those days, luckily, there's a leaf with just one pill. A leaf provides up to 12 hours of pain relief. So you can keep it moving. Use that as directed. Truth be told, I'm about to go get one right now. I'm feeling a little beat down myself. All right, Rob G. Jerry Jones is getting ready to have a visitor in town.
No. We're doing Jaxson Dart here, right? What are we doing? Okay.
No, we moved that.
Okay.
Yeah, we moved that because we took some calls. We're going to do that next hour.
All right, I'm sorry. I got
no, it's all good. Jerry Jones, welcome me back, Micah Parsons. He said, not so fast with this warm welcome, right?
Yeah, it's real disappointing because this is supposed to be one of the marquee games of the weekend, right? We thought, looking at the head of the schedule, we said, hey, Ravens, Chiefs. Now, obviously, they're both 1-2, so that's kind of tough there. But we're excited about that game, and we're really excited about Micah Parsons' return to Dallas. We're going to see Dak Prescott taking on Micah, the Cowboys against the Packers. The only problem is now CeeDee Lamb's out. 40% of the Cowboys' offensive line is out. Now, Jerry Jones, throwing cold water on the whole thing, says he's not Emmitt Smith. He's not Zeke Elliott. We're not going to do a video tribute. He says, quote, I don't think it's appropriate that way. Emmitt was a different story. Not to diminish Micah. I think Micah has enough welcome out there. We just need to show that we've got antidotes for that. Guys, is Jerry Jones being real, Petty LaBelle with this one, not giving the video tribute to Micah Parsons?
I think he's spot on. And I love Jerry for this. I love the way he's handled the whole thing. Micah wanted out. He got rid of him. Okay. Couldn't pay 3 guys that kind of money. It was going to handcuff the organization. And why in the world would I give a video tribute to a guy who didn't do anything when he was at Dallas? Did he win a Defensive Player of the Year? Was he an MVP? Did the Cowboys win NFC Championship game, go to the Super? Like, what am I missing? He played well, don't get me wrong. But he didn't do anything that's worth a statue, a moment, nothing. Highlight of what? Can we highlight the 45 points the Packers put on them on the playoff game at home? Is that what you want to? And when he said he played well and he don't know what happened to the rest of the team, please, enough with the salutes and the video stuff and the statues and all that. I'm with Jerry on this one. I have nothing for Micah.
Look, when Jerry's right, he ain't wrong. And he ain't wrong on this one. A couple of reasons. You hit on some of them. Let me add to it. So, number one, you get a tribute, Rob, Ring of Honor, or all this kind of stuff. If you got a handful of things, like a Kelvin criteria, like, do you have a nickname? Right? You don't even have a nickname. Like, you weren't even here. Like, we've just so long. We've created some type of nickname for you, some fan favorite kind of a thing. And obviously, they loved him when he's playing well. And then he was only there for 4 years. It wasn't 7, 8, 9. We've been through these battles, as you mentioned. We done went to 2 Super Bowls. Maybe even if you lost the Super Bowl, but like we went there, deep playoff runs. You don't have that. Micah doesn't have memorable moments. He doesn't have some Aaron Donald moments in the postseason where he got these sacks. He doesn't have these Von Miller moments where he got sacks in playoff games. So he doesn't have a memorable, lasting moments. He was very good, heck of a player. I told you I thought they should have kept him or got a haul for him. And he doesn't have Defensive Player of the Year. He doesn't have MVP. And so he has no ring with them. So to me, it's okay that you were very, very good. We paid you. You were great. The checks cleared. It ended bad. And it's too soon. We just broke up. You can't ask to come back to Big Mama house. You can't come back over and see all my people and hang out. It's too soon right now. Give it 5, 6, 7, 8 years if they want to. They've cleared the air. They've hugged. They've dapped. Because I do believe Micah loved Jerry and loved the Dallas Cowboys. I truly believe he didn't want to leave. But it's way too soon for that right now. And I absolutely don't have an issue with this. He wasn't there some elongated amount of time, and he wasn't in a bunch of playoff battles and all these deep playoff runs. So to me, I'm okay with it. Sometimes it's okay to just say breakup is a breakup. You go your way, I go mine.
And what are you celebrating? 1 sack in 4 career playoff games with the Cowboys? Like that? They didn't set some sack record or got them to the Super Bowl. There's nothing there. Like, as much as people want to talk about Micah, and that doesn't mean he can't play or is not a talented player, and the Packers got better with getting him. I'm for all that. But you don't need to celebrate everybody because they've moved on. He asked to be traded, and guess what? He got traded, then said he was surprised by it or he really didn't want to leave. You shouldn't ask that. You shouldn't ask for a trade then. You should have tried to figure it out or work with him if you really didn't want to move on. Like I think people think that you can't be moved. Oh, I'm too good or I'm the star. Dude, Wayne Gretzky was traded. Babe Ruth was sold.
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana was told, thank you. Keep on moving. Rob G?
Just a quick question for you guys. Isn't it interesting that Jerry Jones, of all people, who is the king of lowering the bar when it comes to expectations, right? Because they're talked about like they're a Super Bowl team when they're just happy to make the playoffs.
Right.
That Jerry Jones, of all people in sports, is the one to stand firm that says, I know you played for our team and you were a good player for our team, but no, we're not giving you a video tribute. No, we're not retiring your jersey.
Rob, let me jump in on this one.
Because you went down the list, and the NBA is the worst of this.
Oh, like the worst.
If you played there for 4 seasons, we got to have a jersey retirement and a ring night for you.
Hold on, let me jump in on this. Jimmy Johnson didn't get his till like 4 or 5 years
Exactly.
ago. So my point is, when Jerry is in that, I feel like this didn't work out, you wronged me, or we're in beef. Listen, Jimmy Johnson won rings. Jimmy Johnson was great. Jimmy Johnson helped cultivate and create that team, and he didn't get his ring of honor. You think Micah is about to get an honor day right now? Like, Luka took Dallas a playoff several times. Luka took them to an NBA Finals. Luka had done some special things. Luka scored 70-something points.
I wouldn't have given Luka one either, but at least he went to the finals with the team. You know what I mean? At least.
And it's different also in basketball because if you're that great, a singular guy obviously means more than in the NFL aside from a great quarterback, right? That's just the nature of the game. There's only 5 guys on the court at a time from each team. So if you're that great, Kobe, LeBron, Curry, Jordan, Luke, all that, like you're going to be a weightier thing than a Micah. So I get it. He was great for them. He played well. But again, sometimes it doesn't even have to be beef. Like, I don't think Micah expected it, to be honest. I think we, the media, are making it a thing. I don't think Micah expected it.
Yeah, I think even if it didn't end badly, if it ended like the way Khalil Mack did with the Raiders, I still wouldn't think that he did enough where I'm like, hey, I got to do a video tribute.
Right. I don't think Micah expects one from them.
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, Trash Talking Tuesday, 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Your chance to jump in. We, as Rob says, we will not in OT interrupt you for 30 or 40 seconds. So if you want to get your takes in, this is your chance to do it. It's the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin, Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Trash Talking Tuesday on the Odd Couple. Get those cans to the curb.
What are you, garbage man?
Call us right now at 877-99 on Fox.
I was just thinking about just the way in which Jim Harbaugh has able to come into this team who has had success as far as winning. They've won games in the regular season, but they just haven't been able to close games. They've lost a gang of games very close, last minute, last second, bad play calling, bad use of timeouts over the last 2 or 3 years. And now it seems to have that stability that he typically brings to an organization. You go all the way back to Stanford. You go to the 49ers. You go to Michigan. Now you're seeing what he did last season with the Chargers. Now you're seeing this season, and we're starting to get some of the best football that I've seen out of Justin Herbert. He's starting to be that, as we're watching. You got Friday Night Lights above us here. He's starting to be that prototypical, if I was designing a QB in a lab, what would he be? He has 6 touchdowns, 1 interception right now, 105 QBR. His completion percentage is almost 67%. He's had comebacks. He's just looked great thus far, and there's a stability that Jim Harbaugh has had, and he's actually unlocked him. He's not just doing all right, we're going to run it 45 times and you just make a couple of passes. He actually is running the offense. And it kind of reminds me of they're different types of player, but what he did with Colin Kaepernick, where he said, I'm going to unleash you. Pass it, run it, be an RPO, just use you as an absolute weapon. And that's how he's starting to use Justin Herbert, not just run the ball, not just to rely on their defense. And he has gotten him to a level that we thought he could be at. And even last season, only having, 3 interceptions. So he has taken this team to the next level. And there's something to when you look at your coach and you absolutely believe what he's saying. You absolutely believe in the next play. You absolutely believe that we can come back and win this. And they didn't have that with their last coach. They absolutely had no one. They had no assurance. They looked at him. We all knew he was going to make the wrong decision when it comes to play calling, wrong decision when it comes to clock management, wrong decision when to go for it, when not to go for it. And now to be able, I think they can look over their shoulder and have Jim Harbaugh, and they absolutely believe it. And that's just that extra 5%, 10% that you get from a team that makes you from a good to a great. That makes you from barely making the playoffs to having a legitimate chance to compete for a Super Bowl. And Jim Harbaugh has continuously brought that everywhere he's gone. And it looks like so far he's been able to bring that a season and 3 games into his tenure with the Chargers.
Did you see the playoff game last year?
I did.
Okay. I'm just, the Jim Harbaugh is the greatest coach thing I just can't get with. Jim Harbaugh finally won a championship thanks to cheating with Michigan. That's when he finally broke through. He's had good teams, don't get me wrong, but he's never won anything until the cheating scandal, and he ran out of town in Ann Arbor after he knew that was coming down as well, after he finally was able to he couldn't beat Ohio State for a long time, and then all of a sudden he was able to beat Ohio State miraculously. All of a sudden he had all the answers to what had happened. Jim Harbaugh was so bad with Michigan, so bad, people don't remember this, that he had to take a pay cut. You remember that? Like they should have fired him, but they didn't fire him. They made him take a pay cut. That was their kind of like way of getting at him. And then number 2, nobody would even remember the Lions wouldn't interview him. He couldn't get a job. Remember, he's trying to get back in the NFL after what had happened at Michigan, and nobody wanted him. So that happened. He's turned programs around. I'm just not ready to crown him because I believe, in all honesty, that a lot of the issues that we talk about have to do with they had bad coaching before. Brandon Staley's probably one of the worst NFL coaches ever.
You ain't on an argument for me.
Okay, in that he was playing Madden and going for it in his own end, like no matter what. It was like the most ridiculous thing, and he probably should have been fired a lot sooner than he was. So my point is, yes, the Chargers are playing better. They're off to a great start, but I'm not ready to crown Jim Harbaugh yet.
Radio. Robert Kelvin, the Odd Couple, on a Trash Talking Tuesday. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive, ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection. With convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Also, this isn't just a game. It is a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be part of a legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com. It's time now for Trash Talking Tuesday.
Don't you ever talk about me. It's Trash Talking Tuesday.
It's your teeth, Reggie. I don't know whether to smile at you or kick a field goal, man.
All right, Rob, who we got?
All right, here we go. This is all trash and us, I think. Will in Dallas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Will?
first-time caller. I listened since 2017. I took off work for this YouTube show. It's amazing. I'm trashing Rob Parker. If I ever needed a lawyer, I wouldn't call Saul. I'd call Rob. If I had a lawyer that defends me like Rob defends Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson, I would be acquitted with all charges dropped. If Rasheed Rice has a lawyer that defends Lamar like Rob Parker, he would be playing for the Chiefs right now. All charges dropped. Rob wins and losses. One thing Rob will always be right about is Tom Brady as the load. Mariners to the moon. Thanks for the call.
All right.
No doubt. All right, Will, I see you.
How about Ken in California? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Ken?
All right, man. You know what? I was on old Calvin, but no. Calvin, stop drinking the Detroit Lions Kool-Aid. Man, listen to Rob. He finally came through. It's not about the Lions. It was about the damn Ravens. How in the world can you let them just score? They got no D. And don't blame Lamar. He's going to be like Elway. He's going to get his couple of Super Bowls. He's going through some growing pains. And Calvin, please stop drinking the Lions Kool-Aid.
All right, there you go. He's out.
Can you, traitor?
What about Sean in Sacramento? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Sean?
Yo, my uncle from another mother, cousin Kelvin, my brother's behind the board. What up, chat mob? First of all, Rob, you have got the chat going crazy. 70% disagree, and I'm calling in on their behalf. I'm trashing you, Unc. I smell them Robbie back ribs all the way up here in Sacramento. I smell what Kelvin is cooking. My man done put you through the blender, through the barbecue pit, through the fryer, all the way through the oven, Unc. First of all, man, how are you blaming John Harbaugh? Blaming Justin Tucker, he ain't even there no more. Blaming the fans. Blaming everybody but Lamar. My boy patting the ball in that pocket, getting sacked 7 times, but he gets no blame. Like the other caller said, it's a short menu. He lost to the MVP in game 1, even though his defense gave up all those points. My boy bounced back down 14 in the fourth quarter and won. Why can't Lamar do it, Rob? Why can't Lamar?
Unbelievable. Sean,
Did he have a house phone? That was a good hang-up, like a house phone hang-up.
Sean, don't call back here. You're done. How about
I need a house phone hang-up.
Jacob in Wisconsin, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Jacob?
Man, you know it's bad when you got to trash your own team. The Packers, you want to talk about a Super Bowl performance through 2 weeks and then just, man, what happened? You want to talk about it couldn't have happened at a worse week. I mean, the Bears killed it. The Lions pulled out a win against the Ravens, and then the Vikings killed it. And then what are we doing? Jordan Love's throwing picks, incompletions. You got outplayed by Caleb Williams.
All right, no doubt.
I can see his frustration in that.
Maurice in Atlanta, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Who you
trashing, Maurice?
Fellow journalist, I'm trashing you, Rob Parker. A while back, you made this whole big fuss about somebody throwing a drink on you. You wouldn't do anything. Come on, Rob. We all know who can throw a drink on us, who can potentially slap us or do anything. Yeah, if it was Debo, I agree with you. You're trying to report it, but remember, if it's some short guy, no, I'm not buying it. And remember, when Will Smith walked on that stage, he knew who he could slap. That's all I got.
What?
He been holding on to that for a year.
What drink? What was that? I don't remember.
Some athlete. We had a big conversation about like the whole, if somebody throws beer, somebody does something, do you go up in the stage? It was DeMarcus Cousins. If they
threw a drink at me, I told you I would open my mouth to try to catch as much of it as I could. I'm just saying.
Only if it was a Cosmo, though. You only like Cosmos.
It could be top shelf, Alex. What do you mean? Shouldn't I try to? No.
Nah, man.
I wish
you spent too many years. You spent too many years. Still have business and a home in Detroit. You got to throw some balls.
We got time real for Mitch. Mitch in New Jersey. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Mitch?
What's poppin', Rob? Calvin, how you doing? I'm trashing the Raiders organization. They should have brought another lineman or two and gotten aggressive and gotten Jaxson Dart. We've been at least to Bill. I don't know if he's playing right now, but we want to be for the future. Giants beat him to the punch.
Yeah. All right, Mitch.
Thanks again.
Appreciate you. Rob G, you trashing anybody?
Yeah, I'm trashing DJ Alex Teicher. Pulling the curtain back real quick. We're all in here doing our hard work per the usual. And then we got management coming in here saying Alex eating on the board and we're all going to get in trouble.
Alex, you're eating on the board.
Not on it. Around it.
Around the board.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were about to test Kelvin's Blackskinness because we got some really hot salsa here in the studio. He's going to blow his socks off.
Yeah, I'm like, what level of black? First,
oh, dude, it's hot.
I
You can ask
have
hot.
levels. No, I can't. I can't go too hot. No, I can't do that. But between you and Rob, all that eating, Rob and Alex, let me go. Matter of fact, let me go grab something to eat. I'll be back in a minute. Hold on.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio. You ready? Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call. You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special. Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball's regular season ends this Sunday. The Reds own the last NL wildcard spot because they have the tiebreaker over the Mets. Right now, the Reds are losing at home 4-2 to Pittsburgh, bottom of the 8th, but the Mets are losing 6-2 at the Cubs in the top of the 5th inning. Also in progress, in the AL East, first place Toronto is down 2-1 to Boston in the top of the 6th, and the Yankees are down 2-1 to the White Sox in the top of the 7th. At Philadelphia, an early home run from Kyle Schwarber, his 54th. Phillies lead the Marlins 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th. And in a battle for the lead in the AL Central at Cleveland, Guardians ahead of the Tigers 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Tigers have lost 6 in a row for the moment, just a 1-game lead on Cleveland in the AL Central. New York Giants rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart will start this week. Oklahoma State fired coach Mike Gundy. Oklahoma Sooners quarterback John Mateer will have surgery for a broken hand. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 3 on a Trash Talking Tuesday, a spirited edition of Trash Talking Tuesday.
I'm a man! I'm fired!
That's right. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. If you missed any of today's show, you'll want to catch the podcast. Just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Right after the show, today's podcast will be posted. Be sure to follow the podcast, rate it 5 stars, and even provide a review. Again, just search the Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast, and you'll find today's full show and a best-of version as well right after the end of the show. Also, for more than 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Don't forget, coming up in about 28 minutes, it's Foul Affair with J.R. Gamble. A lot of baseball stuff to get to. And last call, Ed Randall, longtime New York radio and TV personality. We'll talk with Ed. He got a very important message for us tonight, and we'll do that in the last call segment. Also,
you forgot to turn down the radio.
Yes, thank you.
Is that the message?
Yeah, we have another message along with that one, but that's a good message right there. But I don't know, Kelvin, if you saw School Bowl, the play that could wind up being the end of the Tigers season.
No, I didn't see it.
Was a bunt where he throws it behind his back to the first baseman over his head. Like
Steph Curry throwing away the NBA championship?
Do you remember the behind-the-back pass that was
to Klay Thompson?
Yes.
Hold on. I'm about to pull it up now.
When you see this, you cannot believe it. It's that bad. But there we are. All right, while you're looking up that real quick, Rob G., the New York Football Giants, the Mets have tied the game? What did I just miss? It's 6-6 in Chicago. Wow, they were down 6-1 moments ago, and they've just scored 5 runs here. Oh, wow. Okay, lots going on.
Shout out Jason Smith.
Yes, there you go. Yes, Jason Smith is excited right now.
He's very excited. He's warming up in the bullpen right now.
Until the bullpen comes in and blows it, and then he won't be excited.
Well, sticking in New York, you mentioned it, Rob. Less than 2 weeks after ESPN reported that the club had a, quote, very specific strategy for Jaxson Dart and his development because they viewed him in the long term like a Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen type thing to be molded and sculpted so he could have long-term success. 1 week after Russell Wilson throws for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns on the road in Dallas in a game they should have won, the New York Football Giants are making a change at quarterback. Out goes Russell Wilson. Mr. Unlimited will be feeling very limited on the bench in favor of rookie first-round quarterback Jaxson Dart. Now, you'll recall Jaxson Dart in the preseason was money. Completed 60% of his passes, 372 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He also ran for 52 yards and a touchdown. He looked as good as advertised. But the story here once again, Russell Wilson out, Jaxson Dart in the Big Apple.
If I'm a Giants fan, I just have to look at this, Kelvin, and be like, okay, this is what happens when you have a coach who's I know he was coach of the year, right? His first year. And since then, it's been really bad. Offense has just been abysmal. I don't care who's been at quarterback. And now the general manager and the coach decide we got to do something to save ourselves, not let's figure out what's going on. And I don't know, Jaxson Dart, is he going to be good? Could he be terrible to start? They don't have a great offensive line. I don't know. The running game isn't great. I just don't know what they have. I know they got Neighbors, right? I mean, is that
yeah?
They got him, but I'm not so sure. And even Neighbors, they dug up a quote from him. Did you see it? Where he said,
"What did he say?
It ain't the quarterback." This is like a quote about the Giants' offense and how bad it's been. Yeah. And he basically was saying it ain't the quarterback. I know everybody's saying it is, but it ain't. And it's surprising. Not that you can't make a move or decide to make a move. Why didn't you start the season with the kid? Why did you sign Russell Wilson? I don't know. I just think the plans keep changing. And to me, it feels desperate. And I don't know what to expect. It could be worse for the Giants. You know what I mean? With this kid without offensive line. Maybe you find lightning. That what was his name? DeVito came. That kid came and won a couple games. But look, he ain't even with the team. They let him go. I think he went to the Patriots. I don't know. This is just the Giants seem to be lost as far as maybe it's time for the general manager and the coach to move on.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that thought. And my point was this is why I thought they would just go with him from the start, meaning there's nothing there with kind of a retread of Russell Wilson. And I understand that you play the veteran, you give the young guy some time. But to me, look, you're in a division where everybody kind of has their guy, right? The Cowboys are stuck with Dak. Whether they love him or not, they're stuck with Dak. That is their guy, just period, for the foreseeable future. The Commanders feel they have found their guy in Jaden Daniels, right? And then you look at the Eagles, clearly they have the guy, Jalen Hurts, to the tune of a couple Super Bowl appearances and currently the reigning Super Bowl champ. So to me, you need to hurry up and find your guy if you choose to compete in this division over the next handful of years. So I don't understand why. I was kind of blown away why they're wasting time. And by all accounts, he's supposed to be really good from the stuff that they've seen there in the training camp, the stuff that we've heard coming out of camp. And you were on vacation when we had Charlie Weiss on, who obviously his son is the quarterback coach, and I want to say the offensive coordinator, but for sure the quarterback coach there at Ole Miss. And he said that, he's obviously spent some time with him. And he was saying how, man, this kid has it. It's not just the goods on the field. It's what he asked. He asked me interesting questions. What made Tom so great? He wanted to know. I saw him in the film room. And Charlie Weiss swears by this guy. He said, we pulled up the tweet, Rob G. Remember the tweet? He had a tweet that essentially said, like, watch me. And it was way early in college football season. He said, Jaxson Dart will be a first-round pick. I'm telling you, this kid is that good.
Is that like go ahead.
I was just going to say, my point is, at this point, all that we've been hearing is the buzz coming out of camp, buzz coming out of practice. He's been playing the Patrick Mahomes role as they got ready. Like, he's that guy. You should have seen him looking like Patrick Mahomes. It's just that time. Give your fan base something excited. Let him get those live cracks at it. Understand what a real NFL defense feels like. Find some continuity with the offensive line. Find some continuity with Malik Neighbors and the rest of that offense. And then, to me, let him, go through it so that he's geared up and ready next year so that you can compete, let alone in the NFC, starting with your own division.
Like Michael Penix Jr., right, who everybody had to have, and they didn't make the playoffs because they decided to give the kid a start, and now he's not even playing. Like this is what I'm saying is, what are you doing? Are you trying to develop somebody, or are you trying to win? Because the Michael Penix Jr. benching makes no sense if it's about the future and giving your guy reps, right?
I do agree with that. Like, if you're going to ride it out, you got to ride the ups and the downs.
It doesn't make sense because doing that, what are you doing? You're going back.
I agree with that.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, these guys are so flaky and phony, and none of it makes any sense to me because I don't really know what they're doing. Once you've made that commitment, why would you go back? But that means that they're not really believing in it. And the same thing with Dart. We'll see, like how long they stick with this. if it's really bad and they lose 6-8 in a row or whatever, and it looks like he's not ready, they'll wind up taking him out. I'm telling you.
See, but that's crazy. Like if he's your guy, he's your guy, and you ride it out. Josh Allen was a turnover machine. He wasn't great. His completion percentage was in the 50s. Now
look at it. Peyton Manning, 27 interceptions this rookie year.
Exactly. Like nobody. If you identify whatever the traits are that you need in your organization, we need him to be X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D. Bam, bam, bam. If he has those things, you believe he's the guy. You give him the full run, and you know. And that's where you need general manager's trust in the coach and being like, hey, man, I know what we're about to be up against, but I believe in our pick. I believe in what we see every day, being around him in training camp, being around him in practice, being around him, when he does what he does. And, we're going to ride this out, the bumps and the bruises, because we believe we've got a guy. And to me, you don't just 5 weeks. Okay,
and we should say this real quick. The Cleveland Guardians are tied for first place in the Central. They just won the game, beating Schoolboy and the Tigers 5-2. By
the way, I didn't want to interrupt our show and tell you that if he ever does a reverse Bill Buckner and threw that ball
did you see
it? What the heck was that?
But that's what you're going to wind up remembering. Am I right? Did you?
Man, that man said, Blue 42, hike, and I thought he was a long snapper. And for those of you who just go look it up, and that's the worst part. He has been tremendous throughout his young career. But that right there will be one of those things where we'll think about. I'm watching it again right now. That man said, "Hype!" and just snapped at the first base.
But it's been completed, which is unbelievable that they're in first place. And the big thing was what? They needed to beat Schoolboy tonight. They moved him so that he could pitch tonight and possibly Sunday if they needed him again, which is just – I don't think they're going to win another game this year. I'm convinced of it. What is that, 7 in a row?
And it's psychological, too.
It is.
You know
now.
what I mean? Especially if
they were up 2-0 in this game with their ace on the mound.
Yeah, and they're not built they don't have this history of specifically this unit. Obviously, last year they went on a crazy run, but I think because it's the polar opposite, right? It's easy when the momentum was riding high last year. Oh my gosh, we keep winning. Oh my gosh, we're winning. Oh my gosh, we're exceeding expectations. Our payroll is $1 million total, and now. Man, it's just you keep seeing it the opposite way.
So they had a 15.5 game lead.
That's just I think it was something around there. That's absolutely crazy. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, dude, they're tied right now with the Guardians.
Okay.
And this is,
I just had to. The game just ended, and I mean it's unbelievable.
You're looking at the Guardians, Tigers in their last 10, 1-9.
Yep, unbelievable. All right,
Guardians. 9-1. Polar, they're doing the complete opposite at the wrong time if you're the Tigers.
Unbelievable. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. And does the move up to Jaxson Dart reek of desperation by the New York Football Giants, or is it the right move at the right time for the G-men? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Right here on Fox Sports Radio, and you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
If you also... Is that Aaron Judge?
No,
It's just Cody in the US
I
of A.
didn't say that.
The Chiefs got their first win. That's what I got out of it. They were 0-2. Now they're 1-2, feeling good about themselves. And you mentioned it was not a high-octane, high-scoring game. 22-9 the final score. But if you're a Chiefs fan, you got reason for optimism for two reasons. Number one, 8 of 15 on third down. They were money when they had to be. Patrick Mahomes looked about as good as he had all season. Missed a couple of passes, but overall looked pretty well. Here's Patrick after the game, though, talking about this Chiefs offense.
I feel like we were moving the ball the right way, kind of struggled there at the end of that second quarter, but was able to get points at the end. But it was just finishing the drives. And I think that's something that's important in this league is getting touchdowns, not field goals. And when you score touchdowns, it looks a lot better than when you're kicking long field goals.
They had 9 points in the first half against the New York Football Giants. Not 9 points.
I mean, what more do you want from the Kansas City Royals?
Okay. Okay. That might be your best line in the year. That's about the kind of score they have. Yeah, it got to be. It ain't the Chiefs.
I thought we were talking about the Royals-Giants game, the San Francisco. Wasn't it?
That was awful.
But you know what? Fret not. Because the dink and dunk era is almost over. We got about 2 more weeks, Rob. The dink and dunk era will be over. Patrick Mahomes, I ain't saying it'd be 2018, 19, 2020 all over again, but it'd be somewhere in the middle of the dink and dunk we've had for a couple years, and that. Patrick Mahomes, we've talked about it a million times. You've heard me mention the third down, the big conversions. He's the best. That's why all these, when you have all these lists, they always put him number one, because when it comes down to a play, when it comes down to a game, he typically has gotten it done throughout his career. But I was watching that game, Rob, and I've been keeping it real with you. That something looked off, something wasn't right about this team. They've been winning games, but you're going to need to be able to be more competitive, be more explosive at some point. And I've even questioned why the personnel. Why won't they bring in some more explosive people? But dang it, they done found one in my man, I'm calling him TTT Tizzle, Tyquan Thornton. You know what? I've never seen more optimism in missed throws than I've ever seen from Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes did not come into this season thinking that Tyquan Thornton was going to be a thing. He thought he was going to have the maybe last year of Travis Kelce, obviously. He thought he was going to have Xavier Worthy back to do his thing. He thought he was going to have Rashee Rice back to do his thing. But dang it, he done found a deep threat finally. And I'm telling you what, I was watching Tyquan Thornton the last couple of games. He's caught a couple of deep ones, caught a couple touchdowns, and he is starting to be that explosive weapon they need when knowing Rashee Rice is about 3 weeks away or so. Xavier Worthy should be back next week as well. You're starting to get these guys back and starting to get the offense that we look like and go, oh, that looks familiar. That looks like the Chiefs of old. And so I got some optimism watching that, because I know what you got in your Tyquan Thornton, and all of a sudden you got a deep threat again. All of a sudden, of course, we know Patrick Mahomes continues to find ways on third down, and he's been using his leg like crazy. Not so much this past week, but the first 2 weeks, running guys over to the point of, hey, we need you. Don't need you lowering the shoulder like that. But the fact that they got Rashee Rice and Worthy getting ready to come back, along with Tyquan Thornton, which is kind of a diamond in the rough, a great find for them, now you're looking at an offense that might become explosive again. In the dink and dunk era, obviously you got to do what you got to do some games, but it's gone, and dang it, they can resemble. Meet me in the middle of 2020 and 2024. Find me somewhere up in the middle of there.
I don't know what game you were watching, and you need to check your streaming system, because I didn't see that. I saw Patrick Mahomes. You can make all the excuses. I'm so tired when they keep dropping the ball, as if Patrick Mahomes is the only quarterback that receivers have dropped the ball. And last night he missed receivers. He missed them. That has nothing to do with Worthy or who else is coming. Are they getting a new quarterback? I'm just 22 points against the Giants are god-awful. No kicking game. I don't know what Russell Wilson was doing in the red zone down there, where throwing balls to who? People in the first row?
He thought the mascot was in. I don't know what he was
I don't know what that was. I didn't see it. I see a team. You think that Kelce watched what you watch, and that's why him and Andy Reid came to blows? Andy Reid lowered his shoulder into Kelce. Did you see that? I mean, I thought, it was like Kelce was touching his apple pie at the end of his meal or something. You know what I mean?
Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on the Trash Talking Tuesday, as Rob said earlier. A spirited one indeed. Thanks to everybody who called in. Appreciate it. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. And if you're out on YouTube, make sure you check out our new YouTube channel. You can watch us live on YouTube right now. That's right. You can watch the simulcast right now on YouTube. And you'll see us on the camera there, youtube.com/oddcouplefsr. Or if you're already within YouTube, all you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and don't stop there. Hit that thumbs up icon and comment away. Let us know which one of us has the better takes. Go check out our brand new channel on YouTube and watch us live right now. Just search Odd Couple FSR. And while you're there, subscribe. Always appreciate it. Foul Affair with our man J.R. Gamble coming up in a little bit, of course, at MLBBro.com. Get some good baseball conversations there as we wind down the MLB season. And then last call, and we're going to do something a little special there at the end as well. So still a lot coming up throughout the rest of this hour. And last point, if you're Dayball, look, I keep hearing whispering about quarterback guru. Y'all just don't know how great he is. He's had some success with other quarterbacks when he was offensive coordinator, and I hear that. To me, Rob, this is the final straw in that you got the guy y'all wanted. You got the guy that is talented. You got the guy that's supposed to be really, really good. This is it. Like, this is the final straw, and what he may have been able to do.
Nothing's going to happen. I mean, like, can we? You expect something to happen for the Giants in the NFC East? Seriously, with a change of the quarterback?
Big all caps no. It ain't about winning. It's about optimism. It's about your general manager.
No, but I hear you. I hear you. But I'm just saying, like, you're not winning. Like, what are they doing? Like, I just gave you the other example that they found DeVito or whatever his name was, who came in and won a couple games and started signing T-shirts at a butcher shop or something to make money or whatever. And now he's not even there. My point is, they have hopes for Dart, but are you putting him out there to save your own neck, or is he really ready, is what I'm saying? Are you exposing him to take hits that he doesn't need to take right now because you don't have the offensive line to protect him? And you don't have the weapons that you need to be able to run a successful. I'm asking because I really don't know.
You ever baked a cake? Or I know, God bless your mother, I know she used to bake. You put something in the oven.
They used to call her Betty Crocker,
That's right. Betty Crocker used to get her bake on. Mama Dub, my wife, they get their bake on. And sometimes the party's waiting. If it's a kid's birthday party, that thing about 88% cooked, but you got to do what you got to do. I got to pull it out. Everybody's waiting on me. They're pulling them out.
I don't want no doughy cake in the middle. That's why you got to put the toothpick in the middle.
88 is cool. 88 is cool. Now 88, 90.
I need no 88 doughy cake. Are you kidding?
Now look at you. Now you the cake expert. Well, it ain't October 6th yet, okay? You ain't getting your cheesecake.
Cake.
That's a different type of cake. So my point is,
Alex, no? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You pull it out, and I think they're trying to save their job. So that, yes, he's 90% ready. We also pulled him out a little early because, dang it, I need to sell my GM or sell my owners, sell this fan based on some optimism. And even if he loses, but he looks good, even if he loses, but the fans are like, whoo, baby, next season, that's our guy. We got one. You may have saved your job. But if he comes out and he looks lost and he looks like he doesn't understand things and he looks like, it's not even about winning right now because the team is not built to be great, period. I don't care. Russell Wilson, Jaxson Dart, they're not built like that.
Right, they weren't going to be that great anyway, even with a veteran quarterback, right?
Yeah, they're just not. They don't have enough talent, right? They don't have, and you know my thing. What's their identifiable thing? Wait a minute. I just thought about this. Rob Parker, hold on for a second, please. Rob G, if you don't turn on your mic, because one of your hot takes was, the Giants are winning the NFC East. And I said,
Rob
the
G,
Commanders
really?
are still good.
Yo,
you were on vacation.
I'm still in on that. That's still a good take. It's still better than the Baker Mayfield take, which was a good take at the time. And had he not gotten to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then would have been a different story.
That man said, I said, but wait, the Commanders should be good, and we know the Eagles are going to be good. He said the New York Football Giants.
New York Football, Rob G, what, you okay? Really?
Because the part of it was the defense is great, which it is. Well, the front four at least is really good.
Great is
the
way
front four is really good.
I'll give you that.
Malik Neighbors is a stud.
All right, but the offensive line's not great.
They just got their left tackle back, and now they finally pivoted to Jaxson Dart. I was hopeful they were going to be 1-2 or 2-2 by the time they did it, So 0-3 is a tough hill to climb out of. But I'm a believer in Jaxson Dart.
Dude, can you
I ain't
imagine
even
being
seen Jaxson Dart.
a football fan in New York? Jets 0-3, Giants 0-3. Like,
Yo, to be the big.
Can you imagine hosting a radio show in Detroit for 20 years? Like, what do you talk about?
oh no, there was plenty.
Hold
to
on,
talk
first
about.
of all.
Are you kidding?
Hold on.
Every
the
team
Red
sucked.
Wings stayed. No, the
Every
Red
team
Wings
sucked.
stayed good. The Pistons were very good for like an 8-9 year run.
I'll tell you, Rob G, it was unbelievable. There was so much bad. You know, like sometimes when you win, like the Red Wings were so good in winning Stanley Cups, we didn't talk about them a lot because there was
Yeah.
no rub. There was nothing.
I agree.
There was nothing bad about them or wrong. Like what? How many days can you say? You know how good they are. You know what I mean? Like that. Like they were really good. Steve Eisenman and all those guys.
You had some horrible Lions teams. You had some fun Piston teams.
Oh, it was a lot to talk about. 20 years, man.
Yeah,
Crazy.
you had some horrible football. Remember when Rich Rod was the court? Yeah, you had some bad Michigan football there too.
How about when they lost to Appalachian State?
Yeah, that was so bad. You added a couple extra syllables.
Yeah, he threw in. He made the Hawaiian version of it.
Appalachian.
Dude, he made him Samoan.
I don't know. What is it? Appalachian.
Appalachian.
Whatever.
Appalachian
Appalachian.
State.
That was their claim to fame, was they beat Michigan in the Big House.
And then somehow they were good for like a decade.
They were good before that. They're like a good, what was it, like Division II by the time? Now it's known as what, FCS team?
Yeah.
FBS, whatever.
CBS, ABC, Fox.
They were good. They just weren't supposed to beat Michigan in Michigan.
Yeah, they got good for a little bit, and then Michigan went through it for a while.
But I don't know why y'all hating on my New York Giants pick.
What do you mean? Why?
I had the stats to prove it. I had it in your hand. You read it on the air.
You literally did, and that was that the Eagles didn't get that. Like they lost a couple people, and they should still be good. That was the stat. The stat where the Commanders actually got Deebo Samuel, who's all of a sudden running.
No,
returning
Deebo's
kicks and
terrible.
looking good. Did you not just see return?
He had one kick return, and then he got winded and couldn't do anything the rest of the game.
I ain't gonna lie. Now listen, they might want to reconsider running him out there like that again. I ain't gonna. Deebo ain't built like that no more.
No, Rob, you want to
reconsider.
hear something real bad?
What's that?
I'll pull back the curtain again. So we were talking about worst to first during that day you were out, and I had the New York Football Giants because I know ball. Kelvin likes to think he knows ball, and he had a team during the pre-show meeting that he changed on air. During the meeting.
No, he did not.
During the meeting, he had Danny Dimes in the Indianapolis Colts as going worst to first in the AFC South.
And then he changed his mind
to the Tennessee Titans.
I still got hope.
Scene.
Cam Ward.
It's a tough
Cam's
scene.
still about to do it.
That could have been your thing. Like, hey, he had it.
It's still early.
He had it.
No, he ultimately you might wind up being right.
Hey, it's true. That I tell you what, Rob G. We can put something. I think the Titans will have a better record than the Giants.
Even better than my guy Jaxson Dart.
Yes.
You can put some on it if you want.
Go ahead. I want to hear this. Put something. What y'all betting?
Let's think about it. What you want to put on it.
It's going to be wings or something.
We bet wings. That's fine.
Or how about a stab of Ozempic or whatever they call it?
That's going to cost you more than some wings, let me tell you.
I just want one. Hey, I just
want one
2
shot.
Weeks worth.
They say,
2 weeks worth. That's all I need.
They say everybody's doing it, even like the Fat Boys, all these old fat rappers and all that. They're all
Serena Williams is on something,
right?
Serena has finally come out and now she's all
Did she
endorsing
say
it.
Yeah,
she's with him or that him hers.
Hims,
like,
hers, yeah,
hims and hers. How they have the she's in on that. Yeah.
Who's fat that needs to do it? I'm just asking. I'm not calling anybody.
I mean,
fat.
that's kind of a way you phrased it, Rob. Didn't really
Rob,
go over too well.
Caution.
You literally gave us no choice but to call people out. Like
what? What?
You know we're on YouTube
No,
now,
you know
right?
what I will say about this, and me and Dub talk about this off the air. Given how readily available it is, like if you have any amount of money or you're in the kind of spotlight and you are a little bit overweight, like what's the excuse?
Some people like being heavy. They do.
Well,
but it's so easy for you to just.
Some people don't want to get stuck with a needle.
Some people are just they take it personal. Like I can do it. Like I don't need nobody giving me this. I can do it on my own. Now they might be lying to themselves, but they really, I can do it myself. I can get in the gym. I can figure this thing out. There's a nice contingency of folks who are like that. So, all right, we got that was a good conversation there. We got J.R. Campbell getting ready to join us here on the other side of Trending for foul or fair right now. Steve DeSager, what's trending?
Guys, the Cleveland Guardians only a couple weeks
come on,
ago
Steve.
were 9.5 games back in the division. Tonight, they have tied the Detroit Tigers for first place in the AL Central, and they now own the tiebreaker over Detroit after beating the Tigers 5-2. Detroit has lost 7 in a row. 10 of its last 11. Cleveland, a team that had won 15 of 16 until Sunday's loss. The regular season ends this Sunday, taking the loss tonight for Detroit. Tarek Skubal, 13-6. He went 6 innings, 1 earned run allowed, but his error was the problem, and a wild pitch and a balk. Cleveland's winning pitcher, Gavin Williams, 12-5. He went 6 innings, 12 strikeouts. Among the games in progress, the Marlins hit a home run in the 9th to tie it at Philadelphia 3-3 against closer Johan Duran. They are in a rain delay in the bottom of the 9th. Marlins, who have won, believe it or not, 6 in a row, tied at Philadelphia 3-3. The Phillies did get an early home run from Kyle Schwarber, his 54th of the year. Bryce Harper of the Phils out tonight due to illness. Milwaukee, by the way, about to start at San Diego. The Brewers should be finishing as the number 1 overall seed for the playoffs. The Brewers clinched the NL Central title on Sunday. The Padres clinched at least a playoff berth last night. Also about to start, the Dodgers and pitcher Shohei Ohtani at Arizona. Dodgers currently ahead of the Padres in the NL West by 2.5 games. Diamondbacks have a shot at that last wild card spot in the NL. They're only a game back behind the Reds and the Mets to start the night. The Mets have come back in their game, believe it or not, at the Cubs to take the lead 7-6 over Chicago, top of the 6th inning. Cubs have lost 4 in a row. Cincinnati was already beaten at home 4-2 by the Pirates. The Reds had won 5 in a row. In the AL East, Toronto is in first place. They'd already clinched a playoff spot on Sunday, but they're first in the division, 2 games up on the Yankees. Currently, it's Boston 4-1 at Toronto in the top of the 8th. And going to the 9th, the White Sox lead at Yankee Stadium 2-1 against New York. New York Giants rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart will start this week against the Chargers instead of veteran Russell Wilson. The Giants signed kicker Younghoe Koo to their practice squad. Graham Gano has a groin injury. Tampa Bay wide receiver Mike Evans will reportedly miss 3 of 4 weeks with a strained hamstring. Washington wide receiver Terry McLaurin is seeking other medical opinions on his injured quad. Oklahoma State fired coach Mike Gundy. Oklahoma Sooners QB John Mateer will have surgery for a broken hand. And in a WNBA semifinal, Phoenix is tied at Minnesota 79 all, 3 seconds left regulation. New York fired coach Sandy Brondello. Back to you.
All right, Steve, have an excellent night. Appreciate you, even though I don't appreciate you because you brought up the Tigers game. Sorry.
Just deal with facts.
When you look at that Skubal play, that'll be the one. That play,
dude. No, I saw it. I told you.
A no look. Go look at the video.
He's like a long snapper.
He doesn't even see the first baseman. Like seriously, it's a no look behind the back flip to first base in the biggest game of the year with your ace on the mound with a 2-0
so
lead.
High, too. It was so high.
What was that?
Has he responded yet?
You know
Roger,
what?
keep an eye on that.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar couldn't have caught that at first base. What was that?
Yeah, you might have been all right with Manu Bowl. You might have barely made it there. All right, it's time now for, by the way, aching knee, stiff back. I bet you that is the Tigers right now. Joints not cooperating. Some days your body is just like, nope. And on those days, luckily there's Aleve. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief. So you can keep it moving, use as directed. It's time now for Foul or Fair.
That ball is. It was a big week in the big leagues.
Who's up? I don't believe it! My, oh my!
Is it foul or is it fair? And now, from MLBBro.com, here's J.R. Gamble.
That's right. It is Foul or Fair here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio segment. We go around the diamonds because all the biggest headlines in Major League Baseball, in order to do so properly, we had to bring in a real baseball expert, a man who they say could have caught that Turk Skubal throw to first base because he's so long-limbed. None other than my man, J.R. Gamble.
What's up? What a night to be a baseball fan.
Oh, did you watch that Skubal play? I mean, what was that?
Man, you always have something to say about the Detroit team.
What?
What is the result of that game right now?
It's over. What do you mean? It's over.
It's off?
Yes.
God.
They lost 5-2. They were up 2-0.
Oh my God. Maybe you're right. Maybe they are dead, as you told Steve Phillips.
I said it the other day on MLB Network. It's a wrap. They won't win another game this year.
Did I do that?
Did I do that? Did I do that? They interviewed Scooble after the game, and they said, what about that play at first base?
Did I do that?
Yes, you did do that.
No.
All right.
This is going to be a tough question here for question number 1. You know how this segment works.
Lord.
We got 3 baseball questions. JR, star of the segment, gets the first crack at every single one. Now, fairness, I wrote these questions before the game started, so keep that in mind, all right? The Tigers had lost 6 straight games, now 7. 9 of the last 10, I guess it's now 10 of the last 11. 14 of the last 20, I guess it's now 15 of the last 21. As a result, their lead in the AL Central had been down to 1 game, but now they're tied here after Tuesday night's action. JR, foul or fair? Not only will the Tigers not win that division, they're going to miss the postseason entirely.
Foul.
That is a foul ball.
Look, there's 5 games left now, right? Despite what's happened, I still have the Tigers winning the division. And even though Rob's going to clown this guy, the reason is Tariq Skubal. To my knowledge, right, he has another start on the final game of the season. I think it's going to go down to the wire against Boston. It should have great playoff ramifications. I know Rob thinks they're dead, but I believe now a guy like Skubal, he's going to be even more inspired to make sure that he wins this last game of the season. I think it'll be a decisive game. Cleveland's definitely the hot team. Houston's always dangerous this time of the year, but I think the Tigers hold on. And when they reach the playoffs, fellas, I believe they become more dangerous, having Skubal, Jack Flaherty, and Riley Green, who has emerged as a superstar. Don't give up on Detroit. Not yet.
All right, I'm going to say, of course it's fair.
It's a fair ball.
And I don't know what JR just said. I want you to hold that tape, Rob G, because that Skubal will pitch it. He won't pitch on Sunday because the division will be decided by then. They're not winning another game. I don't know, like all of a sudden, they just lost with your best pitcher on the mound in the biggest moment, and he was a problem in doing a no-look pass to the first baseman in a big moment. I'm not buying him. I'm sorry, Kelvin.
And it's foul because they're still in this thing, and it's because they play the Red Sox. If they were playing somebody else, I'd be like, ooh, okay, you never know. They still have a shot because they get to play the Red Sox the last series. And again, Skubal's going to get back up there. And how great, Rob and JR, coming off of last season, how great would that be for baseball if they get these 2 blue blood teams competing to see who's going to get in the postseason on the final day? You got Skubal on the mound. How great would that be as you get ready to kick off the postseason? Dang it, I ain't giving up hope yet. Keep hope alive, like Jesse Jackson said.
All right, question
Mr.
number.
Positive.
We like to be positive. Not Rob, always ripping, always negativity.
Yeah, party pooper.
Whatever.
Hey, guys.
Did I do that?
Rob might be right. I just can't say it.
I know.
Question number 2.
You know deep down, he's like, come on, man.
I don't know what you're talking about, Rob.
Guys, if Aaron Judge is able to hold on, he stands to become the tallest player ever, literally, to win a batting title. 6'7", to be 2 inches taller than the next closest winner. Now, we all know about... Alex.
Sorry, it's Rob. We're talking Aaron Judge.
Now, we all know about Aaron Judge's prodigious power. Rob was on that early. But
thank you, Rob G, for giving me that
I had to
love.
do it.
I was in 2017. I was on the Judge bandwagon.
I'm a little moist right now.
Yes.
Foul or fair to say a batting title would be the most impressive thing on Aaron Judge's resume thus far?
Foul.
That is a foul ball.
The all-time single-season AL home run record is his premier accomplishment. The batting title definitely cements him, as at least among the top 3 hitters in the past decade. It shows his superiority as a hitter and his complete arsenal as a hitter. And this is the peak of Aaron Judge's career, right? Like, he'll never be better than he's been the past 3 seasons. Like, this is the pinnacle. So, at this point, all he needs is a World Series. Now, We know baseball isn't basketball or football, and legends don't always win World Series. Right? Barry Bonds didn't. I think Ted Williams didn't. But for this guy, he needs that. He needs the World Series. That would be Aaron Judge's most impressive accomplishment on his resume.
I'm going to say fair.
It's a fair ball.
And here's why. We got the home runs, and I get that, setting the all-time record. But here's the thing. In a league where the batting average is 242, this guy who's one of the best sluggers is hitting 325. Like think about how that's incredible in an era now. And you know this too, Kelvin, where they don't mind if you strike out, and as long as you hit the long ball, he's hitting for average. That's impressive. A batting title, and he still has power? I'm sorry. It's impressive. You got a tissue for me? Thank you. I need that.
That's foul.
That is a foul ball.
Yes, sir.
And it's a close one. That's why we might have to bring in these ABSs coming up in here, because it is close. I get what you're saying, Rob. You and I talk about it. To be that big and not just hit for power in an era where guys don't nearly hit for the typical average like they used to. But here's my thing. Baseball's all about numbers, and this guy getting ready to have his third MVP and continuing to be one of the best hitters is crazy. For me, it's the MVPs that there's no real challenger. Obviously you got the big dumper, but he just continues to dominate year in, year out. And it's not like he's 28, 30. Like he's getting up there and still is dominating at this level. So to me, it's going to be the MVPs for me.
All right, last one, foul or fair. J.R. Gamble with the guys quickly. Mets manager Carlos Mendoza got to the club to the NLCS in his first season, but right now it's looking like they could miss the playoffs altogether here in year two as a result. Some are starting to speculate he could be on the hot seat this winter. J.R., foul or fair to say firing Mendoza after one down season will be a mistake for the Metropolitans?
Fair.
It's a fair ball.
And Rob will probably disagree with me again, but it's not going to happen. If they do complete another historic collapse, hey, things happen. And the Mets, if anybody, they're familiar with late season collapses and things of that nature. Very good managers getting canned. Ask Willie Randolph. So I always say the Mets have very delusional fans at times. They've been demanding the World Series since '86, but it seems to be the same old story. They have good teams, but something's always missing. But Mendoza's done what he can with what he has, and they should think about making a big splash in free agency again. I don't think they should stop at last year with Soto. I think they need to go in there again, get an ace pitcher, another bat, really load up. You have the money on a team that can compete with the Dodgers, the Padres, and the Phillies. Like, the Mets offense, to me, is still pretty bland. And while you have Soto, Lindor, and Alonso, you have to take advantage of the championship window. So keep the manager and let them grow.
I say it's foul.
That is a foul ball.
What?
If you can't get fired off this collapse, then you can't get fired. I'm telling you.
You can't keep.
A.J. Hinch should get fired for this collapse, and so should Mendoza if this is the Mets collapse. Now, the game's not over. They're actually leading here in Chicago. But if they choke down this and don't make the playoffs with that payroll, what they paid, I don't know what else you can do.
But if you make the NLCS and then
they're not
what's
making
the middle?
playoffs. What are you kidding? No.
Last year they made the NLCS, correct?
It is fair.
It's a fair ball.
Because, listen, we didn't see coaches of the year and managers of the year in all sports get fired. That's just the nature of the beast, and you got to do something special. And you got a guy, yes, Juan Soto turned it around for the most part throughout the season versus his early start. But this team has been too up and down. They've been too hot, too cold, and they haven't really built an identity. And that ends up ultimately being a reflection of the manager. Now, again, in baseball, because typically these teams end up just running through the analytical team anyway and having them just issue out what they're going to do, that's why they probably feel like they can let him go. We can just bring in somebody else who can do what he does.
That's foul or fair.
All right. And the Cubs just tied the game. Unbelievable. Wow. What are we watching here?
This has been.
That's why they have these. That's why they make it count. towards the end of the season,
This
baby.
is crazy.
This is great.
This is crazy.
The last
all these
48 hours in sports between
counts.
Sunday's games were crazy. Now baseball, as they wind down the season, is absolutely crazy. Hey, JR, brother, as always, appreciate you.
Kelvin, Rob, thank you, fellas.
I'm a woman.
No doubt. We'll do it again. We'll do it again next week. JR Gamble there, of course, foul or fair. All right, last call, 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Last call. And we're going to do something else a little special, too. Hit us up. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
It's last call time on the Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance. Your call's important to us. Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here.
I was just thinking about just the way in which Jim Harbaugh has able to come into this team who has had success as far as winning. They've won games in the regular season, but they just haven't been able to close games. They've lost a gang of games very close, last minute, last second, bad play calling, bad use of timeouts over the last 2 or 3 years. And now it seems to have that stability that he typically brings to an organization. You go all the way back to Stanford. You go to the 49ers. You go to Michigan. Now you're seeing what he did last season with the Chargers. Now you're seeing this season, and we're starting to get some of the best football that I've seen out of Justin Herbert. He's starting to be that, as we're watching, he got Friday Night Lights above us here. He's starting to be that prototypical, if I was designing a QB in a lab, what would he be? He has 6 touchdowns, 1 interception right now, 105 QBR. His completion percentage is almost 67%. He's had comebacks. He's just looked great thus far, and there's a stability that Jim Harbaugh has had, and he's actually unlocked him. He's not just doing the, all right, we're going to run it 45 times and you just make a couple of passes. He actually is running the offense. And it kind of reminds me of, they're different types of player, but what he did with Colin Kaepernick, where he said, I'm going to unleash you. Pass it, run it, be an RPO, just use you as an absolute weapon. And that's how he's starting to use Justin Herbert, not just run the ball, not just to rely on their defense. And he has gotten him to a level that we thought he could be at. And even last season, only having, 3 interceptions. So he has taken this team to the next level. And there's something that when you look at your coach and you absolutely believe what he's saying, you just absolutely believe in the next play. You absolutely believe that we can come back and win this. And they didn't have that with their last coach. They absolutely had no one. They had no assurance. They looked at him. We all knew he was going to make the wrong decision when it comes to play calling, wrong decision when it comes to clock management, wrong decision when to go for it, when not to go for it. And now to be able, I think they can look over their shoulder and have Jim Harbaugh, and they absolutely believe it. And that's just that extra 5%, 10% that you get from a team that makes you from a good to a great. That makes you from barely making the playoffs to having a legitimate chance to compete for a Super Bowl. And Jim Harbaugh has continuously brought that everywhere he's gone. And it looks like so far he's been able to bring that a season and 3 games into his tenure with the Chargers.
Did you see the playoff game last year?
I did.
Okay. The Jim Harbaugh is the greatest coach thing I just can't get with. Jim Harbaugh finally won a championship thanks to cheating with Michigan. That's when he finally broke through. He's had good teams, don't get me wrong, but he's never won anything until the cheating scandal, and he ran out of town in Ann Arbor after he knew that was coming down as well, after he finally was able to he couldn't beat Ohio State for a long time, and then all of a sudden he was able to beat Ohio State miraculously. All of a sudden he had all the answers to what had happened. Jim Harbaugh was so bad with Michigan, so bad, people don't remember this, that he had to take a pay cut. You remember that? Like they should have fired him, but they didn't fire him. They made him take a pay cut. That was their kind of like way of getting at him. And then number 2, nobody would even remember the Lions wouldn't interview him. He couldn't get a job. Remember, he's trying to get back in the NFL after what had happened at Michigan, and nobody wanted him. So that happened. He's turned programs around. I'm just not ready to crown him because I believe, in all honesty, that a lot of the issues that we talk about have to do with they had bad coaching before. Brandon Staley's probably one of the worst NFL coaches ever.
You ain't on an argument for me.
Okay, in that he was playing Madden and going for it in his own end, like no matter what. It was like the most ridiculous thing. And he probably should have been fired a lot sooner than he was. So my point is, yes, the Chargers are playing better. They're off to a great start, but I'm not ready to crown Jim Harbaugh yet.
Fox Sports Radio. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Business fluctuations make running your manufacturing business complex, but staffing your business doesn't have to be. Let Express Employment Professionals provide the workforce you need. Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. The expresspros.com. That's expresspros.com. And this isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be a part of a legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com. Go check it out right now.
Interesting.
Right.
Here we go. Yankees have first and second, nobody out.
Uh-huh.
Got a double play. Trent Grisham hit into a double play, so now Cody Bellinger is up. They walked Aaron Judge to put runners on first and second. Now, the Blue Jays are losing 4-1 to Boston. So the importance is the Yankees are 2 games out of first place. If they were to win and the Blue Jays then it would be 1. And if they both lose, then they'll stay at 2 with 6 games to go. So 5 games to go. Very, very interesting. My God.
This is a wild finish, obviously, to the baseball season, which is what you would hope for. Because, again, it can lead into a crazy, wild postseason, which they had last year. Ended up being amazing and ended up being just fun. Just fun. As, start of our show together. We had a bunch of good baseball to watch in real time.
No doubt. And for people to know, during the playoffs and all that, you can come to the Odd Couple to hear about baseball and us talk about what's happening.
Yep.
We don't ignore baseball like some places might do. I mean, it's very, very important.
Well, let me look at these things. Okay, the Blue Jays, they're good. So you got the Red Sox. Yeah. So, yeah. Just look. You know what's funny, Rob? About an hour ago, we were talking about the Tigers and Guardians. I'm looking at the standings, looking at everything, and the Tigers were on top. I look now, they done flopped them over. Now the Guardians on top. Even though they got the same record.
But they have the tiebreaker, which is the other thing that. So if they finish with the same record from here on out, they beat the Tigers out. I
gotta look at the Guardians schedule. Who do they play next? Obviously the Tigers a couple more times, but then they go to host the Rangers. That's who they got to host the Rangers.
Okay, so the Rangers.
Yeah.
And the Tigers go to Boston. That's the problem.
I know.
And Boston's still playing to get into the playoffs. So
I need the Rangers to just throw in the towel.
Throw the towel in.
Just throw the towel in and be like, hey, man, 1, 2, 3 Cancun. It is what it is. We ain't going nowhere. Forget it. Screw it. And I need them. Or just go crazy. It's just like, screw it. We're going to keep them out the postseason. That's what I need. I take that. I reversed it. That's what I meant. I need the Rangers to keep them out.
Yankees tied the game on a wild pitch, on a 3-2 pitch to Bellinger, I should say.
And you said they won it?
They tied it. They just tied the game on a wild 3-2 wild pitch. Crazy.
This has been a wild baseball season, which will leave some fun, dude. We're going to have a wild October, man. Baseball in playoffs, basketball back, football right in the middle of the season. It'll be a fun October.
Everything except WNBA postseason.
Stop.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?